Welcome back, my friends. We have a new patch, extensive balance changes. So we're here to see what we are able to create. I think a lot of people are pretty excited about the balance changes, switching things around for us. There's a ton of new decks that have the potential of coming alive here. And I think what a lot of people are gravitating toward immediately is Ronan the Accuser. Let's go ahead and pull him up to check out the details and see what we might be able to build around Ronan. I have a prototype from a video that I released this morning. This is what we are going to be testing out, tinkering with, seeing if we can improve. So Ronan used to be 4-0 plus 2 ongoing for, every card in the opponent's hand. Now 5-0 but plus 3 for each card in the opponent's hand. And an improvement that we already have here, as opposed to the video that I released, well, I released just this morning, I filmed it yesterday, is bringing in Mystique to be able to copy this at a 3-cost price point. I think that can really slingshot us into something great. So let's go ahead and hop on in, see where these battles take us, and how we can ultimately improve things. I am feeling like, hello Gallagher Gal, good to see you on the stream. I'm feeling like Storm and Juggernaut may no longer fit in this deck. We'll see how things goes. How am I liking the patch? I am loving the patch, loving the opportunity to build new decks, but I feel like the devs have significantly overbuffed Ronan. I'm seeing him all over the place, and for good reason, because he's hitting the board for like 20 points. I'm wondering if we now have to start playing Enchantress or Shang-Chi to be able to counter opponents running Ronan. Because you just run Ronan plus Max, and it's so easy. You don't like the new AI, Gallagher Gal? Oh no. District X. It always happens this way. We have a new deck to test and you immediately get it. So what new UI are you talking about? Because in terms of how they kind of darkened everything to get more contrast on the cards, I think I'll get used to that and enjoy that eventually. But if you mean like the mission UI, I can understand. They keep changing that every single patch. They don't seem to get it in a place where they're actually happy with it. What I can say that probably my favorite change about the new patch is that they updated it so that you have longer queue times to be able to actually match against a human opponent, and a human opponent that is more closely adjacent to your elo, your skill rating, your collection size, however they are actually ranking it. I don't know if we've gotten too many details on how the game is setting up matchmaking. Like, we know that it takes into account your collection size, your rank if you're infinite or not, and then to some extent your win-loss, but we don't have too much. Juggernaut. Why did you have Juggernaut? And then they played Max. Wow. Well, maybe we'll be able to get it something to influence the flooded region. Our hand is full of junk. Absolute garbage. We've got Apocalypse as a finisher. Polaris, move an opposing 1 or 2 costs to this location, so you can't pull Juggernaut away from there, which I was really hoping for. The darkening, mission UI, 2 small numbers, and the clunky booster reward screen after a game. Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that they don't really like the new the new end game screen. That's definitely not the best. I don't know what we can even do here. Can we fill the raft actually? With 1, 2, no we can't. Wow. We're just locked out in the cold on this one, guys. So we'll probably play something like this and see what we draw. Maybe we'll draw something miraculous. Nope, we will not. And it's a retreat. What a way to open the stream, my friends. Yeah. We didn't get anything to be able to influence things. So yeah, we get the new defeat screen. Escape. Or the new end game screen, I should say. Hopefully we don't see the defeat side of it too much today. Collect my rewards. We have escaped. Yeah, I feel like this screen, like the old one was fine. Honestly, I don't understand why they are changing some of these things. Haim, hello. Good to see you on the stream. It seems like as they keep on tinkering with the mission screen and the numbers there and how those are displayed, and then they're tinkering with the end game screen. These are things that nobody was complaining about, right? Nobody was like, oh, this UI is terrible. But then they're like, well, we'll change it anyway. Meanwhile, we were sitting with like black boxes on our cards forever. At least they have kind of overhauled that. I haven't seen the black box issue in a bit. Okay, please no District X. Hit the opponent with a thumbs up. People love spamming the emotes now. I don't know how that clunky UI passed the test. I agree, Gallagher Gal. Especially with full release a month away. It's like if you're going to release something, then you probably want to make sure that it's polished at this point, right? Right? Am I crazy? I think these UI changes translates better on the phone. Okay, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Or maybe it translates better on the PC version, which is going to be coming out in beta on release date, which actually I'm really excited about. Probably more excited than I should be. Now we could play Juggernaut, but it doesn't really help us, and we can just put the extra power on the Sunspot, so we'll end turn here. I'm very excited to see what the PC version is going to look like. I'm really hoping that will make streaming and videos much easier to read, because right now it's like, yeah, it's a vertical only screen that is happily taking up about a quarter, well, a third of my monitor. And then I am zooming in on a half of that screen to where the cards actually live. And it just means that the resolution that you guys then get is so compressed. I'm on mobile, and it's not good, at least for me. I've always been on BlueStacks. I've played exclusively on BlueStacks. So I've always been able to throw the relative power of my laptop here against the game, which, you know, is not the most sensational, but it does, man. So Ronan was kind of the name of the deck, but right here being able to play leader, cheated out by wave, and then hit it with an Odin next turn feels almost unstoppable, right? Now, if we get Odin pulled out from Grand Central, we'll be a little sad, but I think that this is worth it. Maybe Grand Central will just pull Ronan anyway. That could be fine. That could be fine. Yes, the Bifrost has been optimized at long last. Some of the animations are getting way better. With the Onslaught, this does change our calculus by a fair bit. Okay. Interesting. It pulled the Patriot, and that means that he's now going to miss Onslaught. Wow. Okay, hang on, guys. The game and Patriot was not played, so if they have Mystique, it's not going to be able to copy Patriot. So we hit Onslaught with Ronan, who's going to be enormous, and then we play Korg and Hope. Does this make sense? How many cards do you have? 7 in hand? How do you have 7 cards in hand? Honestly, let's play Ronan over at the Bifrost. Snap. Alright.
Victory.
What a win. What a win. Ronan was going to pop off there, my friends. Loving the new Ronan. And then we get the little pink. That's probably cropped out, actually. Every time you click end battle, it turns pink for me. I don't know if that's for everybody. They said it was one of the known issues. But yeah. Yesterday morning was all me just trying to troubleshoot how to get the patch because it wasn't appearing in my app store. Today, the Ghost Rider Quinjet showed up in the shop. Oh, baby. And you got Patriot? Yo, Ham, you've got a great day going. I'm still waiting to be able to get my Ghost Rider Quinjet, and I'm still waiting to get my Patriot, so you have passed me in both regards. It turns pink for you too, Gallagher Gal? Yeah. Ooh, okay, so they renamed Kleintar? What was it? There was one that was -2. It's now Necrosha. Cards here have -2 power, and pretty little animation. We'll play Sunspot here. We have a pretty great setup. We'll be able to establish Sandman, hold the opponent down, or we can play Wave depending on what we find in hand. It was Kleintar, hey! I'm pretty solid with the snap knowledge. It's just in the subconscious. I'm not confident in it, which I don't know what that says. Probably, I don't know, is that better? To actually know your stuff but not be confident that you know it? Or be confident but not always be right? Poll in the chat, which is the better personality flaw? You know your stuff, but you're not confident in it, or you are confident, but you don't always know your stuff. Widow's Bite, hey? Oh, but we're winning Sanctum Sanctorum. Okay, well we have to play Widow's Bite to Nova Roma because I don't want the -2. And then, do we storm things to make them really ugly in terms of where the opponent can play cards? Or do we just wave and expect to draw something expensive? I'm kind of expecting to draw something expensive with the deck list up above. We've not hit any of our real big cards. Now the opponent could also have something fairly powerful. If you're playing Black Widow, you're probably playing some form of control. They're gonna storm.
Aid my hand.
Are we flipping first though? Yes, we are flipping first. We could storm the flooding location, which would repeat the flooding. But we could also just Odin on the wave, which pretty much always feels good. It's just that this location is getting pretty clogged. Let's go storm here. Okay, so if we storm, we should refresh flooding.
Wind, aid my hand.
I believe. Yeah. And then they go Captain Marvel. Okay, so they did not have Juggernaut to get us out of there. That's good for us. That's good news. Now, I mean, I can play Maximus because we have open board space. But I don't know what we're really looking at turn 6 to save us. Leader would be okay. Ronan would be great. Spider-Man. Oh, no. You have so much flexibility with the Nightcrawler and the Captain Marvel. So our opponent here playing with the new Spider-Man, he's now 4-3 rather than 4-2. He really needed that buff. We have no place to play. Hats off to the opponent. They got us. With the Spider-Man, the buff on Spider-Man is why we lose, because he's 1 point bigger. Wow.
Escaped.
So what do we think of the deck? Do we think Storm and Juggernaut belong in our current deck? It's interesting. They fit a lot better in the earlier version where I was running Claw and Doctor Doom. But then we cut Claw and Doctor Doom to be able to run Ronan and Mystique, and of course we did some other changes as well. We could cut Storm Juggernaut to be able to run Black Widow. And who would be the additional card? Yo, what's up? Catching a stream before class. I love it. Glad that you were able to join the stream. I'd rather be sure, but slightly less confident. Okay. I think that probably is just the right answer, right? Because being confident, but then being wrong is like just true hubris. What would be... Yeah, so if we replace Storm with Black Widow, who do we replace Juggernaut with? How many cards am I missing still? I am missing about 10. We can do a tally here at some point. I have a bunch of credits to spend, so we might be able to do a little pack opening at some point today. Play Mojo. That's fun. My Sunspot should be able to outrun... Oh, but Asgard. I would love to be able to get the extra draw out of Asgard, but I'd also love to just win with Storm Juggernaut somewhere else on the map and probably cut Dream Dimension, because on turn 5 it costs 1 more, which bricks our Ronan only to turn 6. So that's the main thing I'm playing around here. So we're going to Storm Juggernaut. We might also Sandman. I don't know. We've got options. Only missing Mystique. Any suggestions for this deck list? If you're missing Mystique... Oh, I had a video. What was it? You could just run Doctor Doom. Yeah. Just run Doctor Doom if you're missing Mystique or Claw. And then you can do great with this deck list. Like, Mystique is really only here to abuse how powerful Ronan is right now. They also played Storm. Are you also going to have Juggernaut? Well, I flip first, so we're going to bully you out, baby. But yeah, Mystique only has one good target here, and it's Ronan. So we're running her just because Ronan is that strong. It's pretty much, it's a high roll to be able to get together. Hey, we get to see beautiful chibi alt art of Jess Jones. now a 4/4, and she gains 4 points if the opponent does not play to her location at the end of this next turn. We hit Mystique, which is beautiful. So now we play Ronan, and then turn 6 is Mystique Max, and we win. We snap. Would Taskmaster work? Taskmaster would be brilliant. Yeah, so Taskmaster, you would play Ronan, and then you would play Taskmaster to be able to copy the Ronan, right? The thing is, it hurts a little bit because your energy curve gets thrown off. I love the combo that on turn 6 I can fit both Max and Mystique. But yeah, you could run Taskmaster for sure. Other people are running Taskmaster Ronan. That sounds good. It sounds pretty solid. Okay, let's go Mystique here, Max here. You have 6 cards in hand. Well, you're about to have +2. Obviously, you're going to be able to play this turn. Give the opponents the fist bump of good game. Do you guys like the new emojis? What do you guys feel on the new emojis? Are they fun? Do you want more of them? Do you want less? Do you like just the text? I kind of like them. Here's the thing. I've played Legends of Runeterra, right? I'm sure the developers have too. It's the League of Legends collectible card game. And there, a significant portion of their monetization scheme is on releasing emote packs. And so you get specific emotes for all the different champions and cards. Here we could get specific emotes for all the different characters, and you pay a little bit of gold to be able to kind of customize your emote loadout. I think, honestly, I love monetization schemes that revolve around cosmetics rather than actually acquiring cards. So if the devs go in that way, I mean, I fully support it. New emotes are fun. More would be awesome. I agree. I'm going to say it now. They're going to be new monetization. Gallagher Gal is on the same page that I am. It's cool to have more interaction with the opponent. I kind of want a friend list already. I want a friend list already too. All of you guys in chat would be on my friend list, and we'd be playing matches right now if they had existed. I mean, seriously, that's what it would be. It would be stream goes up, matches with viewers. We'd share the codes, and we'd just jam out for a couple hours, right? That would be amazing. I wonder if they will ever add like a full, you can type to the opponent. I feel like they won't. Just being afraid that that's going to be too toxic, but I don't know. It makes online games kind of fun. All right, let's check in on the missions. We can look at the new mission UI here. It looks like we have something to be able to collect. Play 100 powers worth of cards. Yeah, so this is the screen that you guys think it got worse. I don't know. I did like the bar filling up all the way across. I don't understand why the change to the circle. It seems like whoever's over at Second Dinner is just having fun with their UI programming, learning. Like they're picking it up. I like the emojis. Opponent and I were fist bumping while Ego was playing for us until he killed himself with your magic. Yo, that's a fun game. Yeah, I like the interaction as well. But I also get a lot of people just spamming it, so I end up muting them pretty quick. Maybe message friends, so you have to accept a friend request to get messages from opponents. There we go. That keeps it from being toxic, right? Is that it's not all chat, it's just friend chat. That sounds great to me. Of course, you can just do it through Discord. So that's another thing, is like when Discord is so popular, do the devs want, I love that, you get the cotton candy static of death. But if Discord exists, do the devs want to have something built into the app? I don't know. Probably for people on mobile, it is better to have it all integrated, so you don't have to switch back and forth. My opponent and I both played Magic on turn 6 and used the pointing Spidey emoji. That's awesome, Gallagher Gal. Love it. Let's see. I think it's Baron Mordo here. I would also like something like Arena, aka Draft. Draft would be... Okay, so what is the vision for Draft? Because you have to have the exact 12 cards to play a game. So in Draft... Is it like you are drafting with opponents to be able to build your deck and then you just play a couple matches with it? Are you playing a match and then you draft again to improve the deck and you get to make a substitution? What do you guys think would work best as draft? Oh, we both blocked a Super Flow and then we get Sanctum Sanctorum? Okay, well Sunspot has to win Sanctum Sanctorum. I think we just take a big fat pass right now. And we put all the points onto Sunspot. But then the margin of victory is looking pretty... Don't you want to destroy Bucky? Why are you playing Rock Slide? Whoa, you probably have Venom? If you have Venom, you don't mind, right? We could play Storm. I don't like any of these options, guys. Are we gonna make it out? I don't know. In terms of just playing points for energy, putting even more on Sunspot is technically higher tempo. And then what? We finish with Odin? I guess. Or maybe Ronan if we get Ronan? Okay, they're playing Cerebro 6s. That is a brave man, my friends. That is a brave man to play Cerebro 6s after Onslaught got moved to a 7. What are you supposed to do with that? Juggernaut would be hilarious, but I do think it probably loses us the game. Let's just play Odin. But they're gonna play Hela, right? They probably just play Hela. But in which case, Leader doesn't help us because the cards that Hela summons won't. This one's weird. I'm not gonna snap, but I feel okay. Choose out of 3. So this is for idea for draft. Choose out of 3 would be kind of lame. I think having a draft, a new deck every game would be fun. That would make you be able to utilize all of the locations. I feel like there would be many more. Interesting. Drafting a new deck every game.
Victory.
Why would you play? Do you not realize that Onslaught's a 7 now? You saw that before you played the card down, right? I guess we should have snapped, guys. I think that drafting a new deck before every game is too slow. Like, I would want... Okay, I've posed the question to chat, now I must answer it myself. What would be the preferred draft format? I like the idea of... there's a beginning draft. It's like... okay, so perfect scenario would be you set it up, and I know it's cliche, but it's the battle royale or auto battler format. So there's like 8 other players and you're pulling out of a consistent pool of cards. So there's like a big pack that opens in the middle, and then you have your little emote bubbles all around the outside, and you drag cards over to yourself. You kind of see what your opponents are building, and that's how you get like 6 cards. And then you have 6 cards that are assigned to you automatically as like starter cards. I don't know exactly how this, but to make it go a little faster. Then you play matches against each other, and in between the matches, you get to bring in a new draft to be able to improve your deck. Or maybe if you win, you can take a card from an opponent. I don't know. That sounds too messy. I said that immediately, and I was immediately like, no, don't do that one. Is this the best card art in the game, guys? It has to be, right? What competes with this for the best card art in the game? This is what you got today, Haim, right? It's so good. Maybe like for where you get to choose the initial deck type, consisting of 6 cards, and then 6 you have to pick from a random selection. There we go. You select, I want a archetype. I want to play self-discard. I want to play self-destruction, and then you kind of go from there. Let's play Juggernaut. It will kick someone out of the raft, hopefully to neg zone, and then we play Sandman as a finisher, and we win the raft. Well, if I play Sandman as a finisher, then winning the raft doesn't mean as much, because I can only play 1 card, so having a free 6-drop doesn't really matter, but I don't know. We did get the kick over to the neg zone, which is great to see. Look at this. I love it. Okay, I like a draft and play like until 4 or 5 losses, maybe cap it at 5 wins. Yeah, something so you run a gauntlet, right? And you're playing other people at the same win or loss record, right? And you get like a weekly draft token that signs you up, that gives you the rewards. You can play more if you want, but for rewards, you only get 1. They set it to ruin, so I don't get the piece. I don't get the 1 piece. We'll play Sandman here, just to hold our opponent back. Given the tempo of their deck right now, I feel like they want to vomit more cards on the board. So we'll see a Sandman kind of lock them down. Yes, you have that full hand of cards. It would be a shame if you couldn't play them. Doesn't matter if you're making them all cheaper either. Now, what's good for us? Nothing. So we play Baron Mordo and give the rest to Sunspot. End turn. I think choosing the first 6 cards would be good, because let's say you play discard, but then 6 cards you get don't give you an upside or synergy. Half your deck would be for the stats. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like draft in this game, because your decks are very small, would really need... we were about to play leader and win, guys. That was a good one. That was tight. Nice little boxing match. Sandman controlling the board. The hilarious thing is, today we've not had a big Ronan. I think we had one match where we got to show off Ronan. White Magneto, Black Bolt with those metallic wings, and the Wrestler Venom card all go hard in the art department. I agree. I don't know, White Magneto's not my favorite, but I can understand people really liking that one. It's very stylized, very cool. Black Bolt with the metallic wings. I don't know if I've even seen that one, partly because nobody plays Black Bolt. Wrestler Venom is insane. It's like psycho insane. Yeah, draft would have to be careful. Legends, so again, I played Legends of Runeterra. I'll talk about it because I think they have a well-implemented game. Legends of Runeterra has a draft version where you draft in between matches as you're progressing along a track. They let you pick a draft of 3 cards out of archetypes. So first, you get to pick your archetype, and then it shows you a set of cards from that archetype, and you draft out of those. So that's a way that you can still build nuanced synergy into your draft deck without it being just a crapshoot of, you know, whatever the game RNG gods decided to give you. Superflow, I love it. Let's go wave. Wave into Odin, into something else powerful. Even with the buff, no one is playing Black Bolt. It's kind of sad, Gallagher Gal, but it's true. It's true. I got him randomly from Triskelion one time, and so that was kind of fun. Also, the opponent here on Baxter Building. I apologize for the clicking. Baxter Building just clicks now. That's how it works. The Raft. Well, I want to play Odin. And then we do a sneaky Juggernaut at Raft to kick someone into Superflow to cut off my opponent's supply of energy. Having to make draft in this game requires some braining because the games are so fast and the decks are so small. I agree. It would be... I mean, I'm not going to put it... Like, the devs have shown that they're ready to innovate. They could... I believe they could have something cooked up on how to get it to work in this game. But it will look different than it looks in a lot of other card games, right? Unless they make the decks bigger for draft, like 20 cards or something. They could. That could be a reasonable adaptation, is just the draft deck can be larger. We don't necessarily have to be married to the 12 cards, right? It helps for the standard play, but we'll see. You had the Cerebro 2s. I didn't think I was ever going to play up against Cerebro 2's list, but here we are. It has happened. And you know, I kind of like it. Let's see. What do we want to be able to win at Baxter Building? We can get... Well, we also have a good opportunity here just to win the Raft. Let's win the Raft. Hold on to Storm Mystique. And hope that we get a nice big free 6-drop and a nice big Ronan on the draw. That's what I'm hoping for. Feels like Cerebro 2 or Patriot incoming. Would you run both Cerebro and Patriot? I never thought of that, but that's true because Cerebro 2 focuses on all of these token spawners. So you could actually run both together. That seems kind of hilarious. But no, they're going Mystique on the Cerebro. I mean, it's crazy that they've gotten this much power generated so far. And I get Ultron. Well, it's not great for us. Did we just lose to Cerebro? We may have just lost to Cerebro. I can go +8, taking us up to 19, and then I'm 5 points short, and I have no way to create those 5 points. Impressive. Very impressive. Now, we didn't get our Ronan, which is what we're really living on. We didn't get Maximus either. which are some of our big players. And we didn't get Sandman until the very end. So, that is, I can't believe I lost to a Cerebro 2's list. Oh man. Alright. The settings stay for me. Haptics is always on for me whenever I open the snap. I am playing on BlueStacks, so I don't know if the settings are locking or not. I feel like all my other settings do work. Settings don't save for Haim. The game's really fun, to be honest. As someone who's been playing Hearthstone for years, I have to say Snap is a lot better for you. Not only there's no packs, but also like having only 6 turns. I think that Snap does have some definite advantages to the classic collectible card games. It's very fast, the decks are very streamlined, and the Snap mechanic keeps things very fresh. The locations also keep things very fresh. I can run the exact same deck against my opponent 3 or 4 times in a row, and the games still feel fresh because we have to adapt to the locations. And then we also adapt on terms of like how much cubes we're taking off of each other. If I retreat early one game but then win a snap later on, it feels like I'm gaining ground. So there's a lot to love. I'm gonna play Sunspot here on the right. Who would have thought, right? It's a Marvel card game. It's just the most obvious cash grab potential out there, right? It's popular mobile game plus successful film franchise, and then just copy Hearthstone because you have the Hearthstone designer. But they've actually done some innovations, and I'm quite happy. We do hit Ronan here. With Onslaught Citadel is going to be incredible for us. And we can play Wave Odin combo for a little bit of control here in the mid game. Get Ronan out there, and then we have Baron Mordo to fuel the Ronan on the final turn. Hopefully we get Max and Mystique, and that's a winning game situation for us. My haptics don't save on actual beta player Android phone either. Nah. New verse. Second dinner, get your game together. We hit Mystique, which is so perfect for us. I was expecting that they were not going to add any new content in the closed beta, and there's already like 5 more since you started playing. Yeah, they've been pushing out new locations, new cards. We're still waiting for how they're going to get the rebrand of Nexus events. I guess the devs have said that it could be significantly different than what Nexus events were before. Here we just surrender the raft. They beat us, that's fine. And they're playing the new Devil Dinosaur, 5-3. We play Ronan to Onslaught Citadel, then Mystique, Baron Mordo, and I feel like we still win this. But yeah, they've been very active. It's clear that the devs knew where they wanted to get, and they had the plan to be able to get there. So with full release coming out quite soon, I mean, I'm expecting fireworks. I'm expecting full release to go swimmingly. And this is so good. Ronan's 42 points, guys. Ronan is 42 points. He's solo winning 1 location. I play D&D, and he's still pretty strong. I said D&D. Double D. Yeah, Devil Dino. Okay, so that's going to be our next deck to play with. At the end of Tuesday's stream, we built the Black Friday deck that everybody was having a lot of fun with, right? We were getting all the energy cheats with Quinjet. It was a Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur deck that was running Sarah and Quinjet to be able to have all the energy cheats. But now with Devil Dinosaur at a 5 cost, we have to see if his +3 power is enough to keep him as a carry for the deck, or if he's just too expensive to be able to wing. I hope that he still runs well. I hope that he does. Let's see. We play... What's good? I mean, Baron, Mordo, Juggernaut is pretty good. They're snapping. What do you know that I don't know? You have 7 cards in hand. You have Nick Fury that gave you all the 6 drops. What should we be worried about here? I think that we play Juggernaut to kick him to the side, and then Baron Mordo. Yeah, they still have more cards in deck. How do they have more cards in deck? Oh, it's because, no? I don't know how you got so many cards in deck. Did we have rocks spawned anywhere? Was this rocks before? I've forgotten, but we'll end here. And I'll play it out to 8. What do you have? Wow me. Surprise me. What defeats Ronan? Ultron. Ultron's a big deal. That was one of these was free from the raft. Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
All right. Tough. We could have probably recognized that that deck wanted to run Iron Man as a finisher and then played to the raft. But they just had such a big lead. Well, well played. Drawing those 3 cards looks like a win. I thought it was a win too. We got bamboozled. Right Juggernaut would have been epic. Yeah, if we'd placed the Juggernaut on the right spot, then that would have been incredible. But hey, that's where you enter the full mind game territory, right? Can't win them all. Alright, back again. A few more with this one, and then we're going to go to testing Devil Dino in that Black Friday deck. Yeah, exactly. If Juggernaut had been on the correct location, which was left. Are we feeling any adaptations to this deck in the chat? We've talked a little bit about replacing Storm with Black Widow and then Juggernaut with somebody else. Onslaught Citadel again? Well, I don't mind if I do. We don't have Ronan yet, but here's to hoping. Anything but Iron Man, and Ronan wins that location. That's the thing. But for as much as we've talked about draft in chat, I don't think we're getting draft with the full release. I think that we will eventually get new game modes, but I imagine that draft will come later. I'm just hoping that full release gives us friends list, matches with friends, lets us play tournaments. That's all I ask. And we got Ronan. Oh, it's so good. Let's snap. I wonder if they will give some cool stuff to people who have been playing since closed beta. It would be cool. Well, part of what they're giving you is allowing your collection to carry over. I don't know, like, what do you mean? Because they have said that any digital products are not going to be exclusive to beta. So anything that we get, other players will be able to get eventually. Gallagher Gal thinks they will give variants. It'd be fun to get just some free variants. I would love to have some cool alt art because the variant art is really good, guys. It's really fun. I would love to be able to get some free stuff, but they have said that they're not giving us anything exclusive. So I don't know if that tempers your excitement or not. Hey, I'm always here for free stuff. We're free to play here on the channel. We have been since the beginning. So free stuff feels great. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish my collection by the time the game releases. I was fully expecting that I would, especially when they're only releasing 1 card a month. I felt like I was catching up. Korg to the raft, of course. Now it's a race at the raft. What do you guys think of the new locations? We have Luke Cage's bar, and then we have... what's it called? The one where you play there and then its power is reflected to all the other locations. Let's see. Is it Storm? Sure, let's just Storm and turn it off. This deck does not compete for the raft very well. I will say that. So it's probably better to us to turn it off. That's part of why we got beat last time. Let's see here. Does anyone actually feel good in the deck? I think he's too slow, especially after Devil Dino and Mr. Negative isn't that popular anymore. You think that this deck is too slow with the control archetype? It might be. Let's see. Turn 5 we have to play on right. Baron Mordo. Juggernaut. Juggernaut. It's interesting. We can play Juggernaut, Sunspot, and then let the Sunspot be able to win the location. And then we're looking to be able to win one other piece. Maybe this is where we go. I've been handed 1k collection level and we'll gain like 200 more by launch. So it's given 1.2 collection level and some gold for being in the beta. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I'm seeing things right now. What I said is actually for the release, not for beta players. Oh, you're saying as like release promotion, we get free stuff. That would be fun. I agree that that would be quite fun.
Clear for takeoff.
Turn 5, we've got to play over here, so we drop the Ronan. All right, this is where the deck looks great. The Nexus location. Yep, there you go. The peak? Okay, wait. What's the peak? Someone remind me what the peak is. Ronan Luke Cage location is funny. Give opponent the most expensive hand. Yes. Or like Baron Mordo, right? That's what you're thinking? Okay. So the opponent has successfully whittled their hand size down quite a bit. But I don't know if they are ready for this kind of power play. But the thing is, I could, hang on. If we play Baron Mordo, then we tie Flooded, which is pretty good, because then it just comes down to margin of victory rather than having to win both. I feel like that's more important. Also, if I just don't play Baron Mordo, we win Flooded, which that's a pretty big... Oh, the peak is like Mr. Negative, but on hand. Oh, that's so trippy. I had an opportunity to play with the peak and Nexus on the older patch. They feel pretty cool, nice. The peak is the one that swaps the Nexus and gives power to the other locations. Yes. Okay, so we're on the same page now. I do enjoy both of those locations. I think they're very interesting. And I think that all we do is play Mystique here. I don't think the opponent is necessarily ready for us winning Flooded, but we'll see what they played. Oh, they had the Iron Man. No.
I am Iron Man.
Man. So now we only get 6 because they only had, what, 2 cards in hand? Ouch. Peak hitting Jubilee is awesome. Iron Man Onslaught Mystique would be fun with the Nexus. It would. You can cultivate your hand and see what flips. It'd be pretty insane. Okay, I want to try and adapt the deck here. Imagine a turn 1 Mr. Negative with the peak. Yeah, I mean, that's such a high roll, right, guys? That's such a high roll. All right, let's claim our missions and then let's adapt. I've been talking offhand a couple times on what I want to bring into the deck. I think we can make it a little bit faster. Or, I mean, not necessarily faster, but have a little bit more control. And also, Storm and Juggernaut feel just a little awkward right now. So, let's hop up to Collection. Maybe Rogue instead of Sandman in the deck, but I like Sandman so much. The idea with Sandman is we force the opponent to have a large hand to be able to power Ronan. But maybe. So we cut these 2 boys. And then we bring in Black Widow, because she gives a card to the opponent, holds off their card draw, but can empower Ronan. She's also bringing in the synergy of Black Widow Wave Odin, which is really a high roll, but it is amazing to be able to pull off. And then let's see, what is... I mean, we could just go for a boring control piece like Shang-Chi. Not that Shang-Chi is that boring. We could play Enchantress. People don't really play aggro now anyway, right? I mean, no, but that's because they're testing out new stuff. I think Mr. Negative is still king of the meta. I fully believe that he's still king of the meta. Do we play Odin? What if we just add Odin? Or not Odin, Thor. We can play Thor and then cheat Odin out to be able to get the Mjolnir? Does this make sense? Thor could be a nice little plug and play, I think. The alternative would be Shang-Chi or Enchantress, probably. We could also play Jess Jones, honestly, as just a 4-8. If I had Rock Slide, I would play Rock Slide. But I do not have Rock Slide. Let's try this. Mr. Negative's nerf was useless as his card wasn't played for the stats. Exactly, it's like, hey, we're gonna take 3 points off a deck that was winning by 20 to 30 points a match and building all its tempo on the final turn. Here's a fix, guys. Enjoy. I'm updating the deck list now. Deck list has been updated. Let's give this a swing. Have we improved it? I feel like we've improved it a little bit. I'm thinking making him 5 energy would be much better nerf. Making him 5 energy, that's such a huge nerf. But you're right, if they're gonna leave Magic and Sarah the way that they are, then honestly, Mr. Negative being 5 could bring him into the world of being balanced. That way you don't have to rework his ability. You don't have to touch like crazy stuff like that. You could even give him a little bit of power back if he was a 5-drop. I pulled Negative this morning, missing some of the good pool 3 0 power cards to go in it, but it still worked. Have yet to try it. I promise you it will still work. It's great. And honestly, you don't need the 0 power cards. He is really good in a lot of different decks. You can build an on-reveal deck with like even just White Tiger, Wong, a couple cards like that. Get Ironheart on there. These are all like pool 2 cards that he supercharges. Bring in Leech. Leech actually has some insane control potential, and it's hilarious to play a 3-cost 5-strength Leech. Wreck the opponent's hand for their turn 6. They usually retreat right after that. Beast on Korg, Mordo, Black Widow. Oh, should we bring in Beast instead of Thor? That is a good point. We could bring in Beast instead of Thor. I do love my Beast. Giving me the repeat. Oh, you've got the Black Widow. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cloning Vats. I've seen a bot play Widow's Bite the Cloning Vats, guys, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. We'll play Wave to Asgard and then Leader right behind. Making him 5 would make him only really good with ramp card like Psylocke. No Wong. Honestly, if you're early on your collection track, you can still make that negative deck work without Wong. So, you know, have at it. I feel like my opponent is playing Hazmat. And I respect it because I never see anybody play Hazmat, but we're definitely about to get hit by Hazmat. But now we go Ronan on 5 and then Mystique Max. It's our classic. This is the classic combo for us. Hang on. Oh, I was like, what just happened? Leader gave me Doc Ock. What? Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm parsing through what has just happened, and I don't think I like it. That's so weird. Because we got Leader. I was like, but I played Wave, so we should only be able to play 1 card. They played Doc Ock. I played Leader, got the Doc Ock, pulled these cards for them, got hit by the Spider Woman, who's now a 5/7, and then they win the location. Well, I think because the opponent has to play the Cloning Vats to keep their hand size high, we win anyway. I still haven't pulled any useful cards like Magneto, Negative, Max, Leader, Death, Hela. So many good cards to be had. It's true. The pool 3 is... You have Carnage? Why are you running Carnage with this deck? I don't understand. What is your deck? You're going to keep on being able to drop these power plays. It's going to be insane. Then again, so is my combo right here. Let's snap. I'm in a bad habit. I need to snap before I press end turn. Otherwise it doesn't go through. Yeah, it didn't go through. It's a bad habit, guys. We'll fix it. I kind of wanted him to draw. Yeah. Second Hazmat and they win. Second Hazmat and they win. Ooh. No, you had Shang-Chi. Wow. We got stomped. That's insane. Hey, we got a subscriber. Why didn't my alert box trigger? You're not being hid. Oh, is it too far down? We have to move this up. Okay, we got a subscriber. And I will replay it for you. Ah! Stream Tech, guys, Stream Tech. Thank you for the subscription. Hope to see you on the future streams as well, my friend. Yeah, second Hazmat on their side would have been quite creative. How does Ronan Mystique Max lose? It seems insane, but yeah, it's the Shang-Chi. The Shang-Chi is that good. Let's give this another go, and then maybe a few more goes. Oh, but I was gonna pull out Thor, and we were gonna run Beast. Okay, we'll do one more of this, and then we'll pull out Thor, run Beast, try that a little bit, and then we'll go to the Black Friday deck and play around with the new Devil Dino. Yeah, that's how it loses. The opponent was confident, though the opponent knew exactly what he was about. I couldn't wrap my head around what his deck was trying to do, but he beat us. We go Korg. We go into Black Widow. Got the Ronan. A cheeky little turn 6 Odin over here. If we've established Ronan is quite good, giving them the Spider Bite for extra 3 power. I'm actually having 2 streams on right now. TLSG is also streaming. More snap, more happiness. I love it. Well, let's try Thor. I mean, we've decided that we don't really want him in the deck as opposed to Beast, but we'll try it. You're gonna Green Goblin me. That's dangerous because we're running Odin. We can send that right back. Send that right back. Okay. Mjolnir was all black there for a second. Did you guys see that? And I got the rock. Is winning the raft important enough to do this? Play 4 energy, 0 points? Honestly, I feel like it is. It feels terrible, but I feel like it's worth it. Is Thor pull 3 yet? Yes, he is. I got Thor free to play. I've gotten Wave and Thor both free to play. Okay, so we go Ronan because that's what our whole deck is set up around, even though the opponent only has 3 cards in hand. The alternative would be Sandman, but I think it is Ronan. If we get Max, then we're happy. I don't know, is Max even enough? It's gonna be a little weird here. We get Giganto. They get the Spider-Woman. Well, with the Rock and Mystique on nothing, we were really surrendering that. Giganto on mid. And the new Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel now is a 5-3 instead of a 6-4. Very interesting. Potential of comboing him with Onslaught. It's really interesting to see what could happen there. And then I think we just play Leader and win. Is there a mind game where Leader loses here? Because if the opponent plays, well, whatever the opponent plays is amplified by Blue Marvel. We might still lose. Oh no, is it gonna be? Okay, you got Chavez. I get Leader. And then I get Chavez. And then we lose by 1. Yeah, I pulled Thor yesterday from the collection level. I love it. Pulled Wave yesterday and bullying people with Black Widow Wave Odin combo. Ah, yes. I love that combo. That's why we're trying to run it in this deck. I don't know if it'll be good enough, but hopefully it will. Okay. Goodbye, Thor. It was nice having you, but I never saw Mjolnir. We needed just a little more out of you. So, we said we were going to try Beast. Sand Ronan. Thor, you're gone. Get out of here. You suck. Beast. Beast, my champion. I was looking at YouTube clips of Beast from the cartoons, and he actually seems pretty amazing as a character. It was like his clips were funny enough that it made me want to watch like the classic 90s X-Men cartoons. You have yet to see it. You hate to see it. 1 point defeat. Man. 1 point defeat. We need that. We need a buff on somebody. If only Mjolnir had appeared in hand. The Raft. Okay. So we have Korg, Black. This is actually a good hand to compete for the Raft. It's a very good hand to compete for the Raft here. I got 2 variants in a row from the CL. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I want cards. Yeah. I mean, hey, at least they weren't boosters, right? The boosters are the worst feeling. It's like, oh man, I got 40 boosters for a card that either I don't like or a card that I've already played, to the point that I have 100 boosters. What are we doing? I hope the devs give us a new way to be able to spend boosters. What do you guys think in chat? What if the devs gave us a way to grind up boosters? What would you want them to be able to be used for? Ronan, Mystique, Maximus. Is this actually the dream draw? This is the dream draw. Let's play Max. I know holding Max for the last turn is very good, but we do have Baron Mordo to do effectively the same job. Bishop. The Widow's Bite. Trying to blow it up at Hala. Makes sense. They're up to 4 cards in hand. Well, it looks like we're playing Baron Mordo just to be able to win Raft. The opponent gets it as well. Really bad. Did the stream just blip? Are we live? I feel like my stream just blipped. Checking on YouTube. It says excellent connection. We lost all the viewers. Nope, we're back. Alright. I don't know what that was. I apologize. You need to have cards to get the boosters though, yeah. It blipped but it's back. Alright, I'm glad that it's back. I don't know what that was. Okay. Interestingly enough, well, would they play Mjolnir if they're down to only playing 1 card? They have 7 cards in hand. That normally is a great time to play Ronan, but our backs are really against the wall. We need Leader to come through for us. And it's probably Leader right here. Thor, wait. Why don't you say what Mjolnir does right in like subtext? +6. That would make you 10, but I'm 12. We win. I know, I was confident last time. I snapped when I played Leader, we lost. This time. But this time it's going to be different. There it is. I mean, they could change that so you get random boosters or something. That could be true. That could be true. I hope that boosters can allow you, like you can grind them up to collect variant art. Like you get variant art credits. You basically would get a store credit for the specific portion of the store that sells the variant art. You grind up like hundreds of boosters. And, okay, we need to appoint some moderators. Let's see. Where's my moderator appointing privileges? Black Zone, you are now moderator. Haim, how are you not a moderator yet? You're a moderator too. I should probably make Gallagher Gal a moderator, but I haven't seen her in a sec. I appoint you guys to fight the porn bots on my behalf. Looks like you can only remove them 1 at a time. Alright, there we go. Back at it. At least make the boosters random from the collection level. It could be. Am I able to remove them from over here? Yeah, delete them. We don't need any of the spam. Congrats on new mods. Yep, the ratio of viewers to mods is very high on the mods on the channel here. Listen, they just make it better for everybody. You're paid in gratitude, and yeah. We can figure out something. If the channel gets a lot bigger when we expand to Kamartaj is so good for us. If the channel gets a lot more attention at full release, maybe we can do some fun stuff for the mods. Because I do appreciate the guys who are always here hanging out on the stream. Paid in awesome content. There we go. There we go. You're going rock on Raptor? If you're going rock on Raptor, you must have self-destruction. And the raft. Well, Mystique doesn't help. Honestly, if they are self-destruction, Sandman is a pretty good counter. Yep, they got the 2 Widow's Bites. They buff it with Ironheart. Well, now I don't think you're self-destruction. If you've got Ironheart, why would you run? I don't know. Ironheart kind of fits in a self-destruction archetype. We'll see if we can mess with them here. Sandman. They have Wave. Nope. So they're some kind of control. That's actually pretty fun for us. Do we get Odin? Yes! Are you guys ready for this? I get double whatever they choose to play. And with their wave, they're setting up to play something big. Dr. Doom. Yep. Well, maybe we have been foiled here. Hang on. Oh, man. Yeah, so we lose. Oh, no. All right, give the opponent the thumbs up. Oh, I can't retreat because I snapped. The game's like, no, no, no. You doubled down. You have to at least see these cards flip. That's hilarious that I can't retreat. Well. You're gonna Odin again on the Ironheart. Makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Dr. Doom to smack us like that, but there it is. Hang on. Odin on Kamartaj makes Ironheart trigger 4 times? Is that new? I felt like he only activated, then Ironheart should only activate twice. I kind of like that you can't retreat after snapping. It makes sense. It makes sense. It just felt bad right there in the game. Because we couldn't play anything on turn 6. I don't want to wait around on turn 6 if I can't play any cards. Just give them the cubes. But yeah, no, I do like the idea that you can't retreat after snapping, because it makes the mind game of snapping have bigger stakes. Especially in like a competitive, like looking ahead to friendly matches, tournament play. If you're gonna snap as a bluff, you should be held to it, right? I think the new updates addressed that Odin change. Oh, okay, I must have missed it. I mean, it's really powerful. That means, does that work with Wong too, Haim? Do you know? Can someone in chat confirm? If I have Wong and then I play Odin, does it activate the sandwiched cards between Odin and Wong 4 times or just 2? Because before it was only 2. But if it's 4, I have a deck that we are about to go play. I have a deck that we're about to go play and stomp with. I noticed that watching people earlier, Odin now does full repeat of cards for each Odin reveal. Happens with... Yes, it happens with Wong. Alright guys, we're bringing out the Hazmat deck. We can get Hazmat to activate 6 times. 6 times a game now. What do I think about the progression system now? I think it's pretty okay at the moment. Being able to unlock a cache daily is pretty decent. I think they are on a pretty decent path. I would agree. We'll play Wave here. I think that it still stings not being able to unlock a specific card and only being able to pull randomly. Also, only being able to pull random alternate artwork hurts as well. But I think that it is very free-to-play friendly in the terms of how quickly you unlock caches compared to how quickly they're releasing cards. Like, you are actively catching up. We play Leader for sure. Do I play to Lechigilia or do I play to Limbo? I kind of want more open space to be able to catch whatever they play. So I think it's Leader. Wave Leader is one of my new favorite combos. Has to be. Don't be on. Oh, it's a Squirrel Girl? You waited for Wave to play Squirrel Girl? Excuse me? Are you a bot? With the characters in your name, you can't possibly be a bot, right? Like that would just be insane. I guess I go Sandman. Ronan? This is so weird, guys. But yeah, I like the progression system overall. I do hope that they tweak it so that you have a way to spend a premium of currency, not necessarily gold, but just a higher price point to be able to get a specific card that you want. And I don't know exactly how they implement it, but I feel like we need something like that, because otherwise it just feels bad to have, you know, all the pieces of a deck that you really want to try, but then you're just randomly pulling. Like, say you have Cerebro, you really want to play a Cerebro deck list, you have all the cards for Cerebro but no Mystique. It could be the last card you pull from Pool 3 to be able to then get your Mystique off the ground, and that does just feel bad. We'll play Ronan. 4 cards in hand, we're going to have to increase that. I still will be behind after the game's release, although some cards are pretty meh anyway. Knowing what your opponent's plays on turn 5 would be broken. And, oh, you want, no, Daredevil? Yeah, Daredevil would be awesome. Hey, that's my story with Cerebro. Daddy game. I got you, man. I know what it's like. They do. Let's play Baron Mordo and hope that the opponent draws a 6-cost rock. And then this is going to also be able to buff Ronan, but it's not a great tempo play. All but Mystique, really. Yeah. And Mystique is so pivotal. There's all of these like force multipliers. So Wong, Mystique, they help supercharge so many decks. It's really important to be able to have them. Legends of Runeterra's card collection system is very free to play friendly. They could copy that, but it means everybody will play Sarah negative. It's true that it means that the more competitive decks will be more prevalent because everybody will have access to chasing those cards. But also, I mean, it's just a classic hallmark of collectible card games that you identify the key cards like, wait, guys? When did we get 1,000 credits? Oh, it's because of we got the season pass pulls, right? Yeah, we picked up 500 here and 100 here. Okay, I was like, there's no way. We are going, hang on, take me to collection. We're gonna play our Hazmat deck if we know that Odin has been updated. We're for sure playing this. I didn't realize that Odin had updated, and it makes this deck so much better. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Alright, save me. Deck list. Yes. Update. Update. There we go. Amazing. And then select it over here. I'm also quite happy that they doubled how many decks we can save in the app. That's fantastic. Because before it was like you had to give up a child to be able to make way for the new meta stuff. Now I can just have 20 decks. Feels pretty good. So our goal here is we test 1, the new Spider-Woman, and we test 2, Odin being able to activate full activations on Wong. So we have Hazmat. We effectively need to choose based on what we draw if we're doing a Hazmat game or a White Tiger game. Both of which are very powerful, but you do have to play them out differently. Lemuria will keep something from flipping. We have Mystique here to be able to tag on with Wong. I don't know if I love it because it only gives Mystique 1 target, but it's a very good target, and it effectively balances you out if you don't get Odin, which right here we did, thankfully. Let's play our Black Widow. Get some tempo on the board. Mystique was your first pool 3 card, and then you got Wong like 2 cards after. That is so good, Black Zone. We're about to witness some of the most diabolical plays. This is a deck that absolutely warrants the Hydra card back. Absolutely warrants the Hydra card back. Let's go Colossus. Honestly, playing Spider-Woman at Sinister London and then Odin behind that feels like it could be pretty powerful. Oh, but they have self-destruction. Self-destruction on Sinister London is insane. But why are you playing the demon then? You're gonna play, do you have Venom? It must be that they have Venom. They flip first? Oh, I was like, we could absolutely screw them over because if they're playing Venom, which I feel like they have to if they're playing Demon, we get to pull their power back a lot. But if they play Venom and they consolidate right now, we get burned. And then our Hobgoblin's not as good either. Okay, we hit the counter matchup here. The Platinum card back looks much better than the Hydra one. You don't like the Hydra one as much? I think the Hydra one is the best thing they've made. Ah, you played Crossbones for tempo. Well, tempo this. Is this the Venom? Nope, it's Wolverine. Eh, I knew they had it. That is so interesting that they would play Crossbones in the deck to supercharge the Venom. So now they're going to play a Zola, right? They get Venom down and then they Zola, and then Zola appears somewhere else and pops the Venoms even more, and they keep on multiplying. I think we have to lose this one without access to Shang-Chi, but it is kind of funny.
Enough said, bub.
And Wolverine pops around as well. I do like the shield card back. Like, the platinum one does look good, but the Hydra one looks really good. Okay, hang on. So, Odin, there's no way that Odin wins, right? Odin triggering Hazmat. We probably win Shadowland, but then we don't win the other two. Alright, self-destruction is our worst matchup. We'll hop out and see what we get next. Do you guys have a favorite card back overall? Is Shield, are the new card backs Shield and Hydra the best ones that they've released? I feel like the Punisher card back was really good. I also do like the Daredevil one. It's not as like complicated, but just the red and the gold, the double D, his little logo looks pretty sick. Now you have a Venom on your logo, or your avatar, I should say. So I don't know how I feel about this. Are we just gonna hit the counter matchup all day? Hydra is the favorite one. Hail, Hydra is the best, yes. Also, what I really like about the game is the fact that you don't have to play top one deck to climb if you're smart enough. I love that as well. The fact that if you're just intelligent with the fundamentals of snapping, you can climb with a wide variety of decks. It makes people a lot more open to experimenting, and I think that is quite healthy for the game overall. Like a weird world. Well, Heimdall. You're a movement deck? A movement deck is not going to help me. I have no synergies that I'm going to be able to activate. But Wong, White Tiger, the Demon, maybe we're going to be able to do something here. The Thor card back. The Thor one is quite good. Are you saying the hammer or the one with Asgard, like the skyline of Asgard? Both are good, I think. I do want to set up... What was that? What? Have you guys seen this before? Okay, so it's thinking that a card is moving here and it will buff Kraven. I've not seen this yet. That's so cool. We play Wong. We play the Demon. The hammer for Thor. That one is a great one. They've got Widow's Bite, and then Hulkbuster grabs onto Kraven. Sure. That doesn't help you for filling up the raft, though, my friend. We'll go Demon. Do we play White Tiger and just hope that we get a bounce? I mean, that gives us a lot of tempo overall. Oh, we could also play Iron Fist, but then we have such little power over here. I feel like it's White Tiger and hope. The locations really do play a role in making the game results unpredictable, even if the deck plays are top meta. That's true too, so it's not just snapping, but it's how you're able to adapt to the different locations. We got Ultron. Is this the second time we've pulled Ultron? I think it is. Man, these cards are terrible. At least we're ahead in terms of tempo, for whatever that's worth. I think I play Heimdall just for the 8. Yeah? Sure. What would be the alternative? The alternative would be playing like Cloak. Well, I want to hold Ultron for the last turn because I actually don't want its drones clogging anything up, but I do want the 8-point body. I don't want to tell my opponent exactly what it takes to beat me, but at the same time, yeah, it's tough. They probably want to play to the raft to surpass me there as well. It takes 3 points to beat me at Weird World. That has to be the best we're gonna get. Okay. Things are not looking great. Weird World threw everything off. We had a great thing going, and then Weird World came in and messed it all up. Yeah. I was feeling so good about running this deck, especially with the Odin change, but now we had 2 of these. 1, we got a terrible matchup, and then 2, we got Weird World, which, I mean, I guess you can't really count that as a game that can reflect on your deck. So, let's go next and hope that we get a real match. There we go. The idea of locations as your board is what makes the game unique. You have 3 separate boards, technically. Yeah, it's really, I think that is really clever. It's kind of borrowing from, well, you know, Gwent plays 3 rounds. It's similar to playing 3 rounds, but I mean, it is a fully different experience because in the 3 rounds of Gwent, you have a lot of hand management. That is the key. Here, it's your location, tempo, and then snapping or not. But yeah, the combination of snapping and the variety out of the different lanes really does make the game unique. Let's go Hawkeye. Follow it up with a Colossus, maybe. Up against Occam. Occam, all I think of is Occam's Razor. Is Occam an actual, like, mythological figure? Or is he only spoken about in context of the Razor? I don't know. Let's go Colossus. See what kind of board our opponent builds. Gwent rows don't change their purpose, whereas in Snap they do, of course. Yes, the Gwent board rows are very different from our lanes. I think our lanes are a lot more interesting. How about 2? Hang on. Is it better to spread the hoods out? It's probably better to spread the hoods out, right? If they're playing self-destruction, you want to spread them out. And then we're going to be looking to play into Mystique. No, we don't have anything to activate on Mystique. We'll be looking to set up our Wong if we draw him. A good locale for Hazmat. Oh, this could be a good chance to play Hazmat, actually. They've got Black Widow plus the Demon. So, you have 5 cards on board and I have 3. That honestly could be the best time to play our Hazmat. So we play the Hazmat. We play the Widow's Bite, I guess. And then we play Demon. Going into turn 7 with Limbo, Atlantis is not going to be scored by 1 card. We're going to fill that up. But right now it gives us tempo. Unfortunately, we don't have a good location, right? They retreated.
Victory.
Okay, we take those. A little surprising, but I'm good with this. The flavor of the locations is pretty cool too, like Namor synergizing with Atlantis because it's his home, or Hub giving you the new soldier to help you in the fight. Yeah, I really love the synergy. Like, you know, Onslaught at Onslaught Citadel is almost unstoppable. Namor at Atlantis is, for his price point, almost unstoppable. I think that that kind of synergy is really interesting. I was really expecting coming into the game that team synergies would kind of dictate deck archetypes. Like, I thought you would build an Avengers deck with just all the Avengers and they would be really good together, but that's not necessarily the case. I'm curious, in chat, would you guys want to see more synergy between canonical teams? Like an X-Men deck would actually be a meta deck because of how well they work together? Or do you like it how it's really mix and match? Like the Guardians of the Galaxy have the best identity, but they're a terrible deck, so it makes the point a little odd. We'll kick the hood over here and then look to play Green Goblin and then go into Hazmat. I'm pretty happy with the setup that we have right now. Thiago, hello. It's good to see you. Glad you were able to make it onto the stream. We were just asking if we think that we would like to see more canonical deck synergies. Like, would you want a Avengers deck, a deck of all the Avengers to synergize together to be good enough to be a meta deck? We'll go Green Goblin across here, feeling pretty good. Viper is solo winning the location, -5-2. So that's pretty great for us. And then we play Hazmat to bury them even farther. And then is it Demon or Colossus? Odin will make Hazmat trigger one more time. That means that Demon is better. And then we can go Spider-Woman in the middle. It's so good. It's so good. If the game had some faction synergy like in Gwent, I think it would make the game more boring because you would know what to expect technically. If you play versus X-Men, you know to expect all of them. That's a fair point. I mean, we still have deck archetypes, and we still have, like, honestly, very set deck archetypes of what people like to run. So when I see the first couple cards, I can usually figure out what they're running, but it's a fair point. That if just seeing one X-Men, you're like, oh, it's the X-Men deck, this is what they do. And that Falcon really blows us out. Like, really blows us out. I think that Spider-Woman into Odin is still the way to go, but it's looking like we're going to lose Sewer System. Spider-Woman technically plays for more than Hobgoblin, and if we're only fighting over 2 locations, just being able to consolidate the most points will win the game. So it's going to get a little weird here, but that's the direction we're going to take it. Do you have Beast as well? You have Crossbones. And now is this going to be... It wouldn't be Beast. Yeah, okay, so you're playing Mantis. Draw from my deck. Interesting that you chose Mantis as one of your 1-drops here. I mean, I respect it. Okay. So now we play Odin. That will... They get to play first, which means Hazmat will be able to tag their entire board, and then Spider-Man tags this entire section of the board. Because we're tied, the 100 doesn't factor into things. And this, I mean, it has to be our best option. Also, the game doesn't have the equivalent of spells, so it'd make it boring, I guess. Interesting. You think that spells... Aww. They mantised our white tiger? Are you kidding? Wait. Hang on, so that buffs Bishop, but then Hazmat takes it to parity. Oh, man. That feels good. That's the kind of win that I wanted to see from this deck.
Victory.
They thought they were being cheeky with the Mantis, pulling our own white tiger to win Sanctum Sanctorum, but it's not enough. Hazmat and Spider-Woman gonna get ya. I love it. Feel free to screenshot, guys. This is one of my favorite decks. I mean, decks repeating is not possible to avoid because we don't have that many cards in the game right now. Luckily, the game is built in such a way that it doesn't make it a big deal. I totally agree. What do we call it? Black Ocean? Is that how you pronounce your name? Black Ocean? I totally agree, though, that they have found a way to keep repeat matchups fresh with both the locations and the snap mechanic. And it's great because also games are really short. So you play a lot of games at once. Like if I was to play Legends of Runeterra or Gwent, I probably only knock out, well, if I'm streaming, I still play a big block of games. But if I'm just playing casually to do my dailies, I probably only play like 2 or 3. But here in Snap, I'm gonna play like 10. Nice, I gotta run off to university. Thanks for the stream and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream. Hope to get to catch you on the next one, my friend. Let's go Colossus to Jotunheim, right? I mean, that seems like a great option. Oh, finally, we have Wong. So this is like the high roll for the deck is Wong, then Mystique, then Hazmat. So it's Wong on 4, Mystique Hazmat on 5, and then Odin on 6. And then Hazmat activates how many times? I'm not even figuring out how many times they would be able to activate. It's that insane. It would be 4 times on the first one, and then it would be... Oh my goodness. Yeah, it would be 4 times on the first one, and then with Odin triggering 4 times, and Hazmat triggering 4 times, it would be 16 times on the second one? No way. Being able to play massive amount of games in an hour is awesome. With Hearthstone or any other card game, you can play like 2 to 3 games an hour. In Snap, you can play like 20 or something and do all your stuff. I agree. I agree. It's incredible. Okay, so we're really hoping to find Hazmat here because we just figured out on the high roll how bonkers she can be. Well, let's set it up like this. We might honestly just play Spider-Woman next turn, but we'll see. You've got your own Green Goblin. Well, what if I hit you with the Hobgoblin right after that? But the game is too good, so you play for 4 hours anyway. Yeah. Such a fun deck. I did like this one, but you don't have Hazmat. Any good replacements? Any good replacements for Hazmat? I would run Scorpion, because it really attacks the opponent's hand. If you play Scorpion instead of Hazmat, you want to try and combo Black Widow and Scorpion together. So they get Widow Bites with negative power, which Thiago is pretty hilarious. It is hilarious and so much fun. We could also... Does it make any sense, guys, to play Mystique and then the Hood? That would give us 4 demons. I feel like we can do better. Because we can play Spider-Woman and then Odin. Yeah. I could also play Spider-Woman now. And then play Odin right after to be able to potentially move these Green Goblins out of my way. I feel like that's important. The board's going to fill up. Kicking the Green Goblins back to the opponent. And the Hobgoblin. Okay, here we go. What about the Hood replacement? I feel like the upside from him is too good. Not only demons, but being able to give it over with Viper. Yeah, if you're gonna cut, if you have to cut the Hood, then I think you drop Viper as well, and you run Scorpion. So then you have both Hazmat and Scorpion, and then you run, what would you want to run? You could run Korg, you could run Sunspot. You have a lot of freedom in a flex spot for a control deck like this. Oh, but they filled up Jotunheim. Still, I feel like this is too big to pass up. Being able to kick both back is hilarious. But then I don't know. How do we win Limbo? No, you filled it up? Are you kidding me? They hit us with the Soul Read. And the really sad thing is, guys, we drew Hazmat. So if we had just been patient, we could have played our Wong, Mystique, Hazmat, Odin combo and shredded the opponents. Minus 16 to all of these cards. Well, GG. I don't know. The grayed out card, did we play a bot? Grayed out cards are now available to the masses. So I don't know if we were even playing a bot or not. I've been expecting to play people rather than bots this whole time with the change to the matchmaking. The bot always knows. Yeah, the bot always knows. It was going to be the biggest swing with Odin sending both goblins back. It would have been, what, 16, almost a 20-point swing just on Odin there. Is Viper good with Mysterio? Viper to give the 0 Mysterio back? It could be a possibility. Bot passing on leader is kind of scummy. It does feel scummy. It feels so scummy. I think it depends on what you're running with Mysterio, Thiago. Because if you're running Mysterio and you're wanting to try and use, like, most people like to use Patriot or Nakia, something to be able to get value out of the little clones. But if you want to just give the 0 over with Viper, so you're running like Mysterio, Viper, and then you're running like Debris to give them even more, give the opponent crap deck archetype, that one is a very fun archetype. We'll play Colossus here. He's very safe. We'll set up Green Goblin at Necrosha, and then we'll be looking to be able to combo up Hazmat with the Odin and Wong. Feels like a game plan. Oh.
I am Ego.
You're just gonna play a rock, aren't you, Ego?
This is my domain.
Green Goblin was right there. Ego, Green Goblin was right there. You're gonna give me -2 with the rock on Necrosha? I kind of want to retreat right away. I don't enjoy the ego match. You have to snap on ego? Those are the rules? If my opponent snaps, I will match. But he's not snapping. I agree. Like, it's kind of friendly rules, right, to snap when you see ego just so that there are some stakes, but now you're going to play Mystique on nothing, right? Oh, now you decide the Green Goblin is a good play. After you've already played my Hazmat. Wave. Wave is going to be fun. The bot can then pick any card. Pick a card, any card. Green Goblin goes over. We're hilariously still winning. What are you gonna play? Put Odin on the... No. Put Odin on the raft. Wish Ego and Agatha were smarter though. Yeah. If they had some kind of intelligence, it would feel a little better. He's gonna Odin the rock. We need more power on the rock, my friend. I am the great all-know. I am Ego. I know all. And now you're gonna Viper my best card across to the opponent? Alright, I mean, we'll play it out. We didn't snap, but we'll see the final turn. We're gonna lose. Yep. Mystique, nothing. And then Viper. Chavez. We win? It's so dumb.
Victory.
Alright, we give the opponent the fist bump. He stayed in it till the end. There we go. We watched Ego play the deck. Now for us to do better ourselves. Play me. I was so excited to be able to do the Odin on Wong combo, and we've not done it. We've played, what, 5 games? Mystique is too OP, won just by play. I agree that Mystique is OP. We did not win by playing Mystique that game. I think Mystique for 3 cost is just insane. You're able to copy the ongoing effect of any ultra powerful card for 3 energy. It's bonkers. Like, I feel like Mystique could easily be a 4 cost and she still gets played. That's kind of my metric of is a card blatantly overpowered. If I imagine the card costing 1 more and I would still include it without, like, you know, being suddenly torn about if I play her or not, then it's overpowered. Ego's plays are beyond our comprehension. They decided that we deserve some cubes, so I'm not going to complain too hard. The Vault, I guess we play for tempo on the Vault. Mirror Dimension turning into the Vault could really lock things down towards the later game. You have Scorpioned my Green Goblin, my friend. That only buffs what I am able to do. It's made the Green Goblin more powerful. Are you guys ready to see a sea of Spirit Tigers? Here they come. We have it. We have Wong, Mystique, Odin. Please give me Hazmat. That's all I ask. Oh. Snap me. Do we have any pogs in the chat? Any pogs in the chat? I think having only 12 cards in the deck makes it harder to balance. The power density is much bigger than in a 30-card deck. Yeah, because the 12-card deck lets things play out extremely consistently, it does mean that your balance is on a knife's edge. Players are very reliably able to hit insane combos like this one. Let's go. So this is going to decrease all of their cards by 4, by the way. The next play when we play Odin is going to decrease all of their cards by 16, if things are factoring out the way I think they will. So, yep. Seems fair, right? The vault's locked down. The opponent snaps because they think they have this. I'm winning Atlantis -7 to -13. So now, are we gonna hit neg? They flip first because they're still winning some of these locations. They decide not to play because they're a bot and they understand what is about to happen to them. But the damage has already been done. And again. Hit him again. Okay. Wong is at -11. Mystique at -13. Do we have any win by less than 10 power missions in chat? This is the deck for it. -49. -52. We need more positivity. No, this is the hater deck. This is the hater deck.
Victory.
If you have a mission to play a certain amount of power of cards, does this one actually take you back a step? That might be the best win I've ever seen. That might actually be the favorite game of Snap I've ever had. The highest power at any location was 0 at the mid vault because we played no cards. Let's see if we can do it again. How long have we been live? I gotta clip that one. Hang on, where are we at? Does it not show me live for hour 37? All right, we're clipping it. Hour 37, writing that down. Oh, I love this deck. Winning by -40. I didn't hear no bell. Just keep on pummeling him. Dave Chappelle's voice. Ooh, burns, doesn't it? It's so much fun. I think that we set up Hood for the Viper, probably at Sokovia. And then we're gonna play Green Goblin next. Rather than right to Viper. We could play Viper plus Demon. Even, well, that's not bad. Let's go Green Goblin to Atlantis to throw off their play over there. Now, we could actually play Viper plus Hazmat, but we hit the Wong. Let's do it again. We just have to find Odin. Mr. Negative, of course. Oh, yes. Play Iron Man when you're 10 feet underground because of Hazmat. I want you to do it. I want you to do it so bad. And then, if we don't get Odin, we play the Viper and kick the Hood back, and Hood's gonna be -6. It's again. Oh no, it's again. Hood is such a cool card when you look at it and it seems awful, but then you see the demon and go, heck yes, that's quite cool. I think Hood is one of the most interesting card designs that we have. I absolutely love it. I'm really hoping that we get Odin, but I'll take whatever we get. Okay, there goes our free demon. And they get a Mystique on... Oh, because they did play Sarah. They have double Sarah for the final turn. It's pretty good. Woof. Is it Spider-Woman? Or is it Viper? I mean, this is a 9-point swing at Sokovia, switching it to winning. And then we're already ahead by 9. They're -3, so even the inverted Iron Man doesn't do that well. And this is only a 1-point game, but I assume they're going to play Magic anyway and give us a chance to play the Spider-Woman. Or to find Odin, which either way would be fantastic. Alright, give him the Hood that we now doctored into a -6 with our Hazmat. Sure, Angela. Mr. Fantastic. Okay, that does flip Atlantis. Scarlet Witch changes Atlantis. Central Park. Yep. And Wolfsbane. It's a dub. We beat Mr. Negative. Alright guys, maybe Mr. Negative is dead. I was fully expecting that if they were going to take Mr. Negative's power down, they were going to bring him down to -1, just for the thematic sense that Mr. Negative would be a negative power card. And given how powerful his deck was, I think he could still be playable at -1. It would be an enormous change. It would be the biggest balance change that they'd ever hit a card with. But it could still be playable, I think. What do you guys think? What are people's favorite cards? Hood has to be one of the coolest ones. With that Devil Dino nerf, Mr. Negative isn't as good anymore, I guess. Yeah, I mean, having Mr. Negative taken down and having Devil Dino nerfed, he's not as good. But you have to remember they buffed Ronan, especially for Mr. Negative. They lost the Destroyer. That's great for us. You know, he has a more expensive Devil Dino, but now his Ronan is a 0/5 that gets +3 for every card in the opponent's hand. So by how much better they made Ronan, especially for Mr. Negative, I think he's still playable. Austin, how is it going? It's going great. We're playtesting all these new cards, new changes, same decks, adapting them. Right now, if you want to go back on the stream, you should go back just a couple minutes and see a game that we won by all negative points across all locations. You have a Cerebro deck here. Counter the meta by playing Rogue, I guess. It could be. Let's see. I'll check out the Cerebro deck in a second here. Okay, so we both just traded goblins. Is Hazmat on Camartage worth it? Unfortunately, we flip first. Colossus is not affected. I'm affecting 2 cards on their side, 1 card on my side. It's also the only play we have, so I don't know why I'm debating it so closely. But yes, Rogue is a big counter to the current meta, especially with how powerful Ronan is right now, how powerful Iron Man is, how prevalent they are with the Mr. Negative deck. Good game. PvA, I'm not going to sweat it. Our deck comes alive in those later turns. Alright, go next to me. Alright, let's see. What does Austin have for us? And this is going to open... Oh, good. Yes. Go to site. Cerebro 2s. Oh, Austin, I lost to a Cerebro 2s earlier today. It was disgusting. Yellow Jacket, Iceman, Korg, Goose, Mr. Sinister. There's the Brood. Mystique, Mr. Fantastic, Storm. And then you're attacking in the new Blue Marvel. The new Blue Marvel is actually awesome tech. Because he's now the 5 cost. I love that. So I love the tech of the Blue Marvel. The Yellow Jacket is a bit of a pain, right? But you can probably orchestrate playing that out okay. Goose is really solid control given how cheap your curve is. And we got a free Hood. I love that for us. The only thing that I would add to... that I would pose to you, Austin, is would you play Patriot? Being able to, because you have all the token generation from Brood and Mr. Sinister. You could honestly throw in some other token generation and just make the deck both Cerebro and Patriot. But I don't know if that actually makes it better. I think that you have a solid deck list there. TVA is the worst location in the game for me. It does. It just makes the games feel too short, a little cheap. You're just playing for early tempo, which a lot of decks are absolutely set up to not. They're not set up to do. Is Hazmat worth it? No, we flip first. Okay, so we play Black Widow, Demon. Yeah, something like this. So I'm Blue Marvel on 5 and Cerebro Mystique on 6 and nobody expects it. That does sound pretty fun. They've just been watching your deck build up and they're like, why is he playing all of these little cards? I have such a big advantage. Let's snap. And then you snap for 8. And then they're like, okay, Blue Marvel, that's new, that's interesting. And then turn 6, you're like, pa pa pa. +4 to everybody. You can't stop this. It's a good play. We still flip first. And now Hazmat is pretty garbage, but it does give us progress to the raft. It's net even at Savage Land, advantage at Hell's Kitchen, disadvantage here at the raft. So I still want to win the raft though, so we're gonna do it. I feel bad, but we're gonna do it. Why did they kill Cerebro 6? Was it that strong? I said this in my patch rundown. I want whatever the devs were smoking when they thought that Onslaught needed a buff. Because Onslaught going up to 7, he already had like a 55% win rate, which is really good if you look at like all the stats. And he did not need that buff at all. How do I still flip first? Oh, it's because we're winning Hell's Kitchen. Yes. Spider-Woman is probably our best tempo play, but then I really don't know what we're going to do on the final turn. There might be an opening for a Hobgoblin play. We're going to get the free card from the raft and pray. The most cheesy thing I've done in this game is Sunspot on 4 passes and the big 20 power boy game 1. The 2-card game win, that's amazing. I've been wondering if I want to try and get a 2-card win just for like a clip as a video. It would be fun. It would be very fun. So Killmonger really wipes the board here. Stark Tower will now give the buff to Scarlet Witch, leaving us a little bit out in the cold. Final turn. Unfortunately, Odin here is not big enough. Like, we would dramatically win the raft, but we're not winning these other locations. Is Heimdall the cheeky play to win? Because we get these 7 powers shifted over, and then we hit him with the Odin. It would reactivate Hazmat and Spider-Woman. The problem is that the opponent is probably playing to Hell's Kitchen because they already have Angela set up. Gosh, I don't know. It's tight, guys. What do we do? What do we do? Ah, it's so hard. It's so hard. I feel like there should be a way with both. But then again, they have a free 6-drop as well. This is probably a case where we should retreat, but maybe we have the soul read. We're not gonna snap. I don't mind playing it out. Oh, we got the magic? Okay. So you're gonna allow things to continue. I don't know if that helps us. We're not necessarily in any stronger position to fight back now. Yep. Give them the Widow's Bite. Decrease the power of all their cards. And then hit the Scarlet Witch with the Spider-Woman. Not that exciting. Also, we can play some Aggro Swarm with Khazar on 4 Blue Marvel and 5. And Onslaught on 6 was praying that Morgar doesn't exist. I don't know what you mean there, Austin. Let's see, what's the play? It could be White Tiger, Colossus. That feels like the best that we've got. I don't think that we're winning this one, but we might. I've been playing the 1-cost Dracula deck, and suddenly everyone started playing Morgar? Killmonger, yes. Well, by everyone, the bots are confirmed to have flex spots on their deck that they only fill based on what you have in yours. So, that could be part of the conspiracy theory that the bots are out to kill you. But it's true, Killmonger is in and out of the meta, and he's just such a hard counter to any of the Zoo decks that it's hard for them to exist when he exists. No! It's so close. We lose by margin of victory. What a play. Okay, good game to the opponent. Hats off to them. That Spectrum play plus the Electro and then Carnage for no reason. Like, you have a wild deck, my friend. A wild deck. I don't understand it, but it did beat me. So maybe I should try and understand it a little harder. I think that the Dracula 1-cost deck looks really interesting. We lost to it last stream, so on Tuesday. That was like the first time I'd seen it, and it seemed actually very fun. I guess Killmonger is one of the best tech cards in the game. Killmonger definitely is one of the best tech cards in the game, especially when you realize that you can just run Killmonger Nova, and even though Nova got cut in half, he's still providing +1 through your entire deck. You play the Killmonger, you're getting a buff on your side even if the opponent doesn't bring 1-drops. If they do bring 1-drops, then Killmonger is above and beyond what almost any 3-drop is going to be able to provide, so he's up there. He's up there as one of the all-time greats. I should bring back my tier list videos, try and figure out, I'd have to figure out for myself first what I think the S tier cards really are, but Killmonger is going to be one of the top ones for sure. Project Pegasus. I love that for me. I love that so much. Because now I play, hang on, Wong, Black Widow, Hood. I play Hood here, and then I can just play demons to cloning bats over and over and over again. And feel pretty darn good. I'm very consistent, but when that Killmonger drops, it's all over. We're saying for, let's see, Haim was playing the... You were playing the Dracula 1-drop? Yeah, it seems really consistent. It seems really fun. 1-drops are efficient cards. Dracula eating Infinite also turns out very good. Oh, man. Opponent playing Iron Man. I like that for you. The reason that I like my opponent playing Iron Man is because I'm sitting with Hazmat, which does double duty in nerfing Iron Man into the ground. So we'll give them the Hood, we'll play our demon, take our demon to hand, and be looking for a chance to work Hazmat in here. I want him to play down... How did you play? You played Iron Man off of the Pegasus project? Yes. So they wasted a little bit of energy even on the Pegasus project, only going to Iron Man. But now Mystique is going to double the -2 on the Hood. Alright, Hazmat is the perfect counter here, guys. Sometimes you don't get sometimes you run into the counter matchup, sometimes you are the counter matchup, and that's what's happened right now. So do we play Hazmat now or do we wait? For energy purposes, I think we play it now, and then we play yet another demon. I know they still have another Iron Man to play that we can nerf deeper, but we might just be able to get Odin, and if we don't get Odin, then I want to be able to play White Tiger, because then Hazmat is useless if we're spamming out the extra bodies. Okay, we'll end with this. I don't know, there's a good argument to waiting on Hazmat. Waiting on Hazmat, I think, is a very viable line here, but just wanting to play for energy efficiency right now. Wolfsbane. Hey, you're now only -2. How's it feel? We got the Odin! Snap me? This is amazing. I love it. Hobgoblin, very good, turns out. Doesn't always go off, but right here is popping. My name is pronounced like the middle of Kamehameha? Hame? It's easier to pronounce, I think. Hame, okay. Hame. It's hard picking out the gamer tags. Partially because I'm reading them on a small screen, so I'm like trying to pick out the lettering, and then everybody's got their own unique flavor. But I will bring it in. Alright, so -10, -2, +4. +4, guys. Well, we can't have that. We won't let that stand. The opponent is not allowed to have positive powers while Hazmat is around. I love the arms behind the head after each snap. You can always get my tells. Oh no. Gonna be watching. You can watch the stream with no sound, but Sick Monkey knows exactly what I'm doing. What about building some evil counter deck? What are you thinking, Austin? Let me know. I'm always down to play some evil counter deck. The fact that they have Iron Man and Mystique, making the negative burying even bigger is so good. Oh, magic. They're like, please, sir, can I have some more? So, it's neg 26 to 2. We're winning that one. Neg 10 to neg 4, we can't influence that one anymore. They might win that, they're only 6 points away. Then it's neg 20 to positive 3. So you know what we do? You hit them with the Spider Woman, and then you clap them with the Demon. And if they're actually going to play this out, props to you, but I don't understand how you think you can win. There it is.
Victory.
Rogue mid-range stuff so that you can rogue Mystique. Hang on. So that you can rogue Mystique. Okay. So we play rogue. We play Mystique ourselves. Will Mystique copy the effect of rogue to be able to double steal whatever they have? Can anyone in chat confirm or deny? Because rogue is an on-reveal ability, but then as card text, but then she takes the ongoing ability of somebody else. It does work? Okay. Austin says it works. I believe you. It could be really interesting. So you have Rogue and Mystique as a flip on them. They can play Iron Man on 5, you play on 6, Rogue plus Mystique to have double Iron Man. Or double Ronan. Is that possible since Rogue is on reveal? Looks like Austin is confirming that it is possible. I am interested, but I don't know what else we build around it. Hame's gonna try it. I'm just trying to figure, like, it sounds really interesting, but do you run it, like, can you run it in any deck? Are we trying to build a specific deck around it? That's what I'm trying to piece together right now. My brain is turning, and it's hard to do deck theory crafting while I'm also playing. But it seems like it could just play as a module in something else. Honestly, we could play it in Mr. Negative ourselves, right? We could play it in Mr. Negative ourselves because Rogue and Mystique fit so well. And then you either have your own Iron Man to copy or you have something to steal from the opponent. That could be fun. So Rogue became ongoing card, so Mystique works. Interesting. I wish... Now, it's like pie in the sky. They don't have to do this because Rogue is a pretty fringe case, but it would be nice if Rogue actually changed her card text. So you could click on her and then see what ability she had pulled. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I can play that much of a memory game. It's not as hard to remember what ability Rogue stole as it is, especially because you see the card across from them that was blanked out. Versus like the memory game when you had all your cards turning to black. It's a shame you hate Quake so hard. She's fun when used right. I've had her to stop people making it to the raft and use a storm play. It's great fun, but yeah, she isn't always a winner. I want some Polaris Arrow Kingpin Magneto control deck. I want that too, but I don't have Arrow. I think I have Polaris, but I feel like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm missing a series of cards that would be necessary to get that deck off the ground. But I really want to try it, man. That's where the limits to my my collection is holding us back. Nice deck. Wish I could pull Wong so I can play the same as your deck as well. Good luck. Glad you were able to join the stream. You know, you could play it without Wong. You drop Wong, you drop Mystique. It's still solid as like a control deck, but you don't get the insane like the Psycho Hazmat that we've been playing. And our Hazmat has been bonkers. Let's see, if you weren't running Wong, what would you run? You would run... Well, you could just bring in Scorpion. And then you would obviously cut Mystique. And you could bring another control piece. You could bring Rogue, Enchantress, Shang-Chi. Any of those are pretty easy to shuffle in. They won the raft already. Dark Days. Okay, we'll kick over Goblin. You're only missing 9 cards? That's awesome, Austin. So are you on track to finish by the time we get full release? Or are you going to still be missing 1 or 2? I think I'm going to end up missing a few, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm kind of assuming that full release is going to like shovel free credits our way, and then hopefully I just catch up. Honestly, this is not so bad for us. This seems like a solid position to be in because I can play Hazmat here and then equalize at Central Park and be only down 1 at the Raft. They've played Human Torch and Iceman. What is their deck? Guys, chat, what are they playing? It's a bounce deck. It's a bounce deck. Okay. I'm pretty sure that it has to be a bounce deck. Yeah. Cloak allows us to abandon certain locations. We're not abandoning. We are playing... Well, you're going to be able to move the Human Torch, and you're going to be able to do that before I play Spider-Woman. And then that opens up the Raft for whatever you want to play against me. I think that Spider-Woman Odin was going to be a winning play. I think it was. It's funny if Kingpin was ongoing and his effect is always active, he'd be so broken. He would be so broken. The devs have to walk a very fine line with the destruction abilities because they're right on the edge of being overpowered anytime that you're destroying your opponent's cards. Like, that is such a huge swing. What if Kingpin was 4-3? Make this location Fisk Tower, so you can Arrow on 5 and Magneto on 6. You could even cheat him out on 3 and be able to get a little more. That would be quite fun. It would be very fun, but it would be absolute cancer to movement decks. I mean, it already is cancer to movement decks. I would love to see Kingpin be a little bit more powerful, but any touch there, I think he becomes oppressive. Really, any touch. We're gonna play the Hood, I guess. Be able to get tempo with our demon. I had someone use Shang-Chi on me after I had Red Skull to bump me over 9. I was shook. Sick Monkey, I've seen it too. I was shook as well. It's like, oh, you played Red Skull early. I got plenty of time. I gotta stack up and use that bonus, and then Shang-Chi just wipes, like, cleans my clock. It's disgusting. It's very good. And it's clever. That's my favorite thing about it, is that it's clever. Do I play Hazmat just for... I think I do play Hazmat. And we hope for a reactivation later. Especially because they're flipping first. That's giving us the extra target right here. Scarlet Witch. Anybody have the theory behind Scarlet Witching an unrevealed location? Why do you care? Why don't not wait for it to flip? I mean, obviously you play it for tempo, but oh, it's a Cerebro 3s. They're literally playing Cerebro 3s, but Hazmat breaks that deck entirely. I love it. Okay. So, do we want the draw off of Asgard? It would be nice, but so would playing Wong to set up Spider-Woman. Then we miss out on the draw. That's probably fine. Our deck has so many powerful on-reveal abilities that I think we're on a good track here. You have the Killmonger. I think that's actually better for me because you just killed my neg 3. Did you not see? I had a neg 3 the Hood. I'm pretty sure that Killmonger swung things in our favor significantly. Why Ultron and Black Bolt are still so bad? I don't know why they're so bad. They're getting absolutely no love. Ooh. What is the best play? We need to be able to win something other than just ruins. And I think Hobgoblin is the best way. Hobgoblin goes across, and then we've got Spider-Woman Demon in our final turn pocket. That's a big power swing. Because Spider-Woman at her biggest is going to be... Well, the opponent might not play to the ruins anymore, so that's overkill. But the Demon still swings things. Let's play it like so. Yeah... Ultron needs a little more help. Any guesses in chat what Ultron's win rate was before the buff? I checked on snap.fan to do my patch rundown video. Any guesses in chat as to Ultron's win rate? I stay away from Mr. Negative deck. Recently pulled Thor, so I try to play his deck. It's decent to climb plus 10 levels. Nice! I was looking at the new Thor, and it looks quite exciting. Quite exciting. Like, if I had Lockjaw, I would be doing Thor definitely. It looks very fun. But I don't have Lockjaw. Lockjaw is my white whale. He holds together all these really interesting slot machine decks, and I don't have him yet. The Ghost Rider animation is awesome. Every patch, they've added the voice lines, they've added the animations, and that's what I love. I love having more of the personality of the cards come through. Well, it's an easy white tiger here. Plus, Colossus? Probably Colossus. And a snap. I don't see what the opponent has to be able to counter this. Ultron is fine when used in Patriot. Khazar Blue Marvel deck. Right, but it's a high roll to be able to get those all together. His win rate was 35%. That's times he hits the board when Ultron is played before the balance change, so he got a tiny bit better. He was winning 35%. He is absolute garbage, and I don't think the buff is enough. He needs a little more. Okay, I was just checking. The Spirit Tigers all went right, which, I mean, it paid off because we weren't going to win Central Park anyway. That's a nice win. Hazmat absolutely dumpstering the Cerebro deck. I feel a little bad because I like the Cerebro decks, but I mean, Hazmat is the counter, screwing up their power curve. I don't know if they would have won anyway because we were able to generate a lot of power there. I have a feeling that we would have won anyway. This deck is deceptively good at generating power and nerfing the opponent. Now I'm trying to think, what would be the best way that we could incorporate Scorpion? Is there a world where you run Wong, Scorpion, and then like Max? You play Max and then you play Scorpion, so they have all these cards that are all nerfed? I don't know. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, chat? That you give them a bunch of cards, but then you just take 2 power off of them? I had an Ebony to lure people away to help, and Storm also to take more power away. Alright, Sick Monkey, maybe we should try it. I think I have all of those cards. We'll try an Ultron deck after this. I've never played Ultron before. We'll see how it goes. Do I play Hazmat? You're gonna flip first? I don't know. We have to get White Tiger, really. But we do have Green Goblin to go and gum up the opponent's side. That helps us significantly. So you play your Carnage, consolidate the power. I nerf the Carnage by 1. Thank you, Hazmat. You've done nothing. Los Diablos is going to open up a new lane. Okay, now it's a game. We send Green Goblin on over. They get the Bishop. We play the Green Goblin. 1 sec, I'll go in game and find the whole deck. Go for it, Sick Monkey. We may modify it a little bit, but that would give us a good starting point. It's Wong, right? It has to be Wong. Wong White Tiger kind of game. But also on Hazmat? Probably not on Hazmat. We don't need the extra activations, do we? Because it's going to be hitting the White Tigers as well. Yeah. We'll say no to building it on top of Hazmat. We should just be able to win this. I'm pretty confident. We're gonna snap. I mean, I'm feeling great. We get 2 White Tigers here and we get 4 more when we play Odin. I have to do a video on this deck again. I know I did one like a while ago, but with the Odin change, this on-reveal combo is nuts. Wong is so good. Like, I already thought Wong was on the edge of needing a nerf. And now, they made him better because he synergizes with Odin, who's an obvious card to run with Wong. It's so good. Okay. They're putting the squeeze on us. We need some Spirit Tiger luck. Ah, you got the magic. Well, Spider-Woman Colossus is still a good final turn unless our board space gets completely choked by the White Tigers. Or the Spirit Tigers. Which it very well might. Yep. And again. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. We could have gone both Spider-Woman and Colossus on the next turn. That's amazing. All right. We'll grab that. Okay, pack opening and deck building time, guys. Next stage of the stream. We're going to play Ultron. We are going to play Ultron, and we are going to open some packs. So, collection level. Probably hide our deck list for now. We've got to reward somebody there for how insane they were. Is it Wong or is it Odin? Probably getting foils of Wong makes sense. I play this guy so much. Let's get him foiled. What was the first card that you guys took up to foiled? That you got to infinite level? Hey, we got the collector's cash. Claim me Magneto boosters. Claim me 200 gold. I mean, it's worse than 400 credits, but we take those. Daredevil? You got Daredevil to foil? That was your first foil? That's so good. That's awesome. He's an amazing card, too. I don't even have him. You've got him foiled? I'm jealous. Spread me jelly. Grab our 50 credit rebate. Yep, loading. 10 boosters, thank you. Oh, the game is so magnanimous. I got 10 Mantis boosters. Chavez. Chavez is a good one. Especially early in the meta, man. She was insane. All right, now we get the split. We got Hex Wong. Hex Wong, least favorite Wong. Well, I don't like black and white. So probably my order is from worst to best. So the worst is black and white, then Hex foil, then gold, then rainbow foil. That's probably my order of the variants. Swap in variant, please. Upgrade me again. Oh, Devil Dino. Devil Dino's a good one too. Man, back when it was all Moon Girl Devil Dino, getting the foil of that guy was fun. Yeah, my first foil was it Carnage or was it Nova? It was one of those. I was a disgusting Carnage Nova player. Back to back to back. I mean, that was like the only thing you could do in the first season, guys. Come on, don't blame me. All right, we have enough credits for about one more pack, and then we're building our Ultron deck. So we'll take nice right here. I love that they make you press nice, cool. I love this game. It's the only way that you can leave the screen. You click anywhere else, it doesn't do anything. We got Crystal. One of, I believe, the worst cards in the game. I don't think Crystal is good. Have you guys played Crystal in any deck that is successful? Let me know. Like, she seems like she belongs in a Mr. Negative deck, but Mr. Negative has so many other ways to be able to get into his negated cards. And then the other thing is that she could go in a aggro deck that is just playing so many tiny cards they have to refuel partway through. But that doesn't work real well either because you have so much limited board space that just playing all 1-drops doesn't really win you the game, even if Crystal is giving you the juice to be able to keep on shelling them out. I don't know. Maybe Crystal goes in a deck like Hela, where it really lives and dies on having Hela, and she gives you an extra chance to draw Hela if you don't already have her. But then, in all the games where you do draw Hela, Crystal is just objectively worse than any other card her cost. Okay, we brought Wong up to gold. Good, good, good. Next card would probably be Odin. Odin up to Ultra. The Devil Dino 3-0 with Moon Girl 3-3 at first season was broken. It was insane. The fact that they let that go on the opening was crazy. Let's see, Sick Monkey. Okay, we have our deck list to start us out. We'll build Sick Monkey's list. Another 200 gold? So, I mean, that's not so bad. Look at that. We pulled 3 caches. We got a card and 400 gold. And we're at collection level 2,500. Okay. Go back. So we go deck, not deck 12. This is Ultron. And then the card back. What card back are we gonna rock? Do we have any synergies here? Ant, Sunspot, Ebony, Mojo, Invisible Woman, Angela, Patriot. Oh, but I don't have Patriot. Storm, Khazar, Blue Marvel, Doom, Ultron. I think that without Patriot we kind of fall apart, but we'll see what we've got. We'll have everything else. Ultron. Where's my Khazar? We're going Blue Marvel. Yep, Blue Marvel. You're playing Doctor Doom? Okay. I could see it. I used to have to focus to play in middle so Ultron would work better, but now you don't have to. Yeah, Ultron got so much more flexible. Okay, let's see if Ultron could possibly win without Patriot. Patriot is very good for him, but I don't know. There's times where you don't draw him at all, and you still have to be able to adapt. Maybe we'll be able to do it with the buffs from Blue Marvel and Khazar. Okay, so then what else are we filling in with? We're getting our cheaper cards. Trying to bring in... where are you? Looking for Mojo. Mojo at 2-2. Okay. Mojo's on. I love that the art for Mojo is broken. Angela. Oh yeah, you had Storm in here. Okay. Ant-Man. Sunspot. These all make sense. Angela for good tempo on your center location. Ebony Maw to try and distract the opponent because you'll be able to fill it in entirely with Ultron at the end anyway. Seems solid. Do we run a Psylocke? Why are we running Invisible Woman? Sick Monkey, why are we running Invisible Woman? Let's see. What else do we have? And Sunspot, Ebony, Invisible, Angela, Patriot, Storm. I need to add. And then we have to find the substitute for Patriot. So we go Storm. Storm me. There's my Storm. Do we run a Captain America? I don't know. Laughs and Killmonger. We die so fast to Killmonger. We die so fast to Killmonger. Here's a question, guys. Why does Hulkbuster not add card cannot be destroyed? I feel like the Hulkbuster armor on a card should prevent it from being destroyed, but that's just me, I guess. The devs do not agree. What else is good for us here? We're spamming out a lot of cards. We have kind of bulk card play synergy. We're looking for... I mean, do we run like a Mystique for global buffs? How would we play this without ramp wave? Do we bring in wave? We could bring in wave. Chavez for thinning. Do Chavez wave? We could do Chavez wave. Okay. So Chavez makes sure we hit our combos. Wave lets us get some extra bodies down. Some of the big boys. Or do we just run... what am I looking for? Chavez. Do we just run Psylocke? Maybe Mystique. You don't have her. Okay, so Sick Monkey didn't have Mystique. We'll try this as an opening. Let's just test this a couple games. You'd prefer Onslaught instead of Doom? If we're running Wave, honestly, I would. I would agree there. Is cut Doom and run Onslaught, especially with his buff. Especially with his buff. 6-7 now. Okay, so we're running Wave to get Onslaught out there and then stack Blue Marvel or Khazar, Ultron. Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. Oh, I was about to snip the wrong region. Get this to update our deck list. Does Ultron have a future here? Time to find out. And it updated. Take us into battle. Giving Ultron a chance. Yeah, we're giving Ultron a chance. Kids, don't try this at home. Only let the trained professionals handle this one. Let's purchase our refills with our gold. I want to be able to max out the collection by the time full launch comes around. You know what? Give me all three. Give me all 3. Then we even get the final level here. We can do another pack opening. And then I had something else that we finished. Ah, we gained the collection level. I love it. Okay, now take us into battle. Nope, I didn't switch decks. Cancel me. It's so scuffed. It's so scuffed. Okay, take me back, take me back. Thank you. This game feels like anyone can hit infinite if you play for a bit. You like it? I agree. I think that hitting infinite is available to anybody. You don't have to be super competitive. You just have to play consistently, and you can do it. You know the fundamentals. You play consistently, you'll be able to hit infinite. Now, for the real tryhards who grind and hit infinite in a week, I really hope that with full release, they give more to chase after, like a global leaderboard, trying to be able to reach global ¡1. Something like this would be just wonderful. Ah, I want it. I want to be able to title a stream, "Can we hit US #1?" Something like this. That would just be fun. It would be fun. What deck do I recommend for climbing to infinite right now, Kami? Ooh, what deck do I recommend for climbing for infinite right now? Okay, so #1, I do recommend Mr. Negative. I think Mr. Negative, even after the nerf, is still insane. #2, I really like my bounce deck hybrid. It's a combination of bounce and zoo, and it's just brutally efficient. It plays really fast. It does very well against people and against bots. It has Shang-Chi for an answer against really big cards. I probably spoke too much about that deck already, but I really like that deck. We don't have Ultron, hey? Interesting. So we're running only 3 1-drops ourselves, but then we're running Khazar to be able to empower our 1-drops. You're missing Psylocke for Mr. Negative? Okay. Yeah, then I would recommend trying to climb with a zoo hybrid, because they're really efficient, and then you bring in, my favorite is some bounce mechanics. That's really good. Also, right now, Kami, is just put Ronan, Mystique, and Max in any deck that you like. And that deck will climb, because Ronan is turbo busted right now. Can we fill up the vault? I think we can fill up the vault. This is the exact situation. Well, we play Wave to cheat Blue Marvel out 1 turn early? Or do we just play Sunspot and then Khazar and then Blue Marvel? I don't know. We could draw into either Ultron, or we could draw into Onslaught, but I don't have anything that I want to Onslaught. This is feeling like a sloppy opening. Honestly, any consistent low-cost deck. Yeah. Oh yes, Ronan, Mystique. You got both of them? Well, there you go, Kami. You're on your way to being able to climb. Killmonger clears a bit of the board for us. Unfortunate, because that was my 1-drop that I wanted Khazar to empower. You got a Deadpool. I got a Groot. Unfortunately, the Deadpool doesn't consider being played, so we're locked up. Now we play Blue Marvel on center. That opens up Khazar Sunspot for next turn. So ideally, Ultron with full combo is 6 cost for 48 power if you have Khazar Blue Onslaught. Yes, that's the goal, is a 48 power turn 6 swing, which that sounds like a game winner, but it's definitely a high roll to be able to get there, right? Okay, we got there. What's the best play? It's Khazar to the vault and then Ultron, right? I mean, Sunspot doesn't even matter with the way that the drones work. Technically, we could play him for a cheeky... No, we're not going to do a cheeky pass. We're going to play Ultron. But I don't think that shuffling things around gives us any more efficiency or not on the drones. And I like having a little bit more here on the vault, anticipating they play to it. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. By the way, can you show the hybrid bounce deck? I think I have all the cards for that. I can. I'll show it on stream here, and you can also find it on the channel. I did a video about it actually a while ago now, but it's unchanged. Well, what I showed in the video might not run Shang-Chi. I think I was running, like, what was I running? Cosmo? I run Shang-Chi now. But yeah, I'll show it in a sec here. And then we get the Chavez. Okay, the Chavez here for thinning gave us better odds on finding the Ultron. The Ultron will give us 3, and these are all 3 drops. Every drone is 3 power. That's pretty good. Hey, Ultron gets a win. I think it's impossible to play Khazar, Blue Marvel, Onslaught, Ultron without Elysium. Hang on. We could play... Yeah, it is, isn't it? Khazar right, then Ultron middle. Okay, so we followed the right game plan. We have... Sick Monkey has shown us the path. Maybe Ultron is the sleeper OP. Okay, but before we hop in, we're going to show our... one of our favorite climbing decks. Bouncy. This deck is nuts. Hood, Elektra, Agent 13, Iceman, Korg, Angela, Black Widow, Collector, Beast, Bishop, Shang-Chi, Khazar. If you don't have Beast, you can run Falcon. If you do have Falcon, you can run Falcon in here as well. This deck climbs like crazy. I was doing Cube Rush. I did a collab with Rojatronic at the Scrapyard. And we popped off. You don't have to run Black Widow. You can run another 1-drop and honestly do even better without Black Widow. Just want to run a 1-drop that has a good on-reveal ability. A Cosmo can stuff you and kill Monger at the end. Yeah, this deck is certainly susceptible to a couple of control pieces, and the bounce deck is susceptible to a couple of control pieces as well. That is definitely fair. So we play Ebony Maw immediately, or do we wait? Let's see. We could play Electro to jump the energy curve here, and then we're able to fit Khazar, Blue Marvel, Onslaught, Ultron. That is true. But that's such a high roll. I guess we take out Storm to be able to fit it in. I think I have so many cheap plays that I wait on Ebony Maw, and we just play something like Sunspot. Get Sunspot and then Ebony Maw. People get a little scared of that. Hey, we're playing Heimreal. I didn't realize. First, I was reading the chat, but I play so many games against Heimreal. They're always good games. Let's go... but then Asgard could help us out by getting that extra card draw, baby. Yeah? Maybe, because on turn 4 I can play Khazar, which is also going to buff it? I don't know. Is the opponent going to be able to assemble 8 points in the next 2 turns? They should be able to. Good luck with the bounce deck, Kami. I love it. It's very fun. If I have Sun and Ebony in first hand, I play Sun, then Ebony. That makes sense. I think we're on the right path. This is the way. Mandalorian voice, this is the way. Now, Storm versus Wave. Wave, I feel like, is too iffy. I know we have a lot of really powerful cards that we have yet to draw into. Ultron, Onslaught, Blue Marvel, we'd love any of these. But we can just lock this off and then let Sunspot grow to win. Even with Electro, we can't play all the cards, so it's either Khazar or Blue Marvel, not both. Hang on. We can't get them all in because the energy curve is Yeah, we couldn't get it in. So drones would be 3 every time. Yeah, we got Storm on Big House. We did hit Onslaught, so in hindsight, Wave would have done fine. But here we can... Khazar? I suppose. So Khazar gives us the buff. But now I can't fit both Onslaught and Ultron. Do we need magic? Does magic give us the extra turn to fit the 2 6-drops more consistently? I don't know. They sailed a Green Goblin over. Green Goblin with Lockjaw is interesting. It's interesting. Okay, Blue Marvel. Honestly? Oh, but we hit Ultron. Okay, so it's Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel and then Ultron. My brain is like going through all the energy cheats. What if we played Sarah and then I play Wave and then I'm also playing Magic for somehow I've gotten these cards out and then I can play 2 6-drops on the final turn because they'll both be 3, but I think that is like an even more insane high roll than what we're doing now. As it is, Ultron is tremendously holding his own. Yeah, I think Austin is right. The combo is just too expensive with only 6 turns. And then magic doesn't necessarily get us there either. It's fun to think about though. Do we have a chance?
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Okay. So Asgard is lost to us, right? Ultron coming down here is going to give a +3, and then another +3, so that's +6, which ties, but Bishop's going to get bigger. We get points over here, so we're definitely winning Flooded, but then the question is the 8 strength enough to win Fisk Tower? We're already winning Flooded. Is there a better way to be able to get power here? Not necessarily. I mean, Chavez would be 1 more point. Ultron would be more because it would double Blue Marvel, which is then buffing Khazar and Onslaught would be more. Is it actually Onslaught, guys? I think it might be Onslaught because I'm assuming they cannot affect Flooded. And I'm assuming that I lose Asgard. Onslaught gives me +7, and then he buffs Blue Marvel to give me another +2. That's 9. So Onslaught is 9 points to Fisk Tower. Ultron is only 8. I guess that's the same as America's Chavez. It's just cuter because then Blue Marvel also affects the rest of the board. But if the opponent plays both Mjolnir and something to Fisk Tower, I think we lose. Just got Electro. The possibilities are expanding. Oh, I love it, Hame. Dr. Doom gets the Doom bots, shuffles away. Hang on. And then you got Swarm? Wait. You got free? Oh, yes, they did play. It's not enough.
Victory.
We win. All right, Ultron. Guys, Ultron is a god. It's insane. 2 for 2. The deck is undefeated. Feel free to screenshot. Play at your own risk. But I mean, we're going to keep going. This is amazing. 2 missions to collect and then another refill to purchase. Don't mind if I do. This is cashing in on our 2. We opened 2 caches that were both the 200 gold caches. Ah, we hit the max number of refills. They only let you refill a couple times because it's so efficient. If you're ever wondering where is the best place to spend gold in the game, if you're only considering unlocking cards like turning gold into credits, refilling missions is the best because it also gives you progress on the season pass track. I always assume people have Doom now. Doom is so brutally efficient. I mean, he's just insane. What a card. 6 cost, 15 power, these bodies coming out of nowhere, able to affect regions that you've locked off. Doom is really, really good. But I had a lot of ideas of what we might do on stream today, guys. Playing an Ultron deck was not one of them. With Patriot, I would Patriot 3, Mystique 4, hang on, 5 Magic? Wait. And then Onslaught 6, Ultron 7? Yes. Okay, yeah, you could see that. I think Patriot would make this deck significantly better. Like, we're playing the limp along Ultron without Patriot. Patriot is clearly a great synergy. And we're still doing okay, which makes it is actually really encouraging to see. So the Raft, Mojo is a gimme, right? Or do we want to turn it off? This is an interesting decision point. I can, well, Storm, because they fill up the location, they reveal first, they will get the card for free before Storm turns it off. So Storm is not what we want. Storm 8-Ant Chief. I can play Wave to be able to cheat Onslaught or Blue Marvel, which sounds pretty good. And then I can Mojo here knowing that they're going to fill up the location. Though they're probably playing a bounce deck, so they have a Falcon that will pull these away. That's going to be an interesting little level of the mind game. We'll see how it comes through. The thing about this deck and my Ragtag Day 1 Patriot deck is that it has 3 6-cost Ultron, Onslaught, Chavez. Magic, turn 5 really helps. Usually get to play both 6-cost. Yeah. I could see with Patriot going into Magic is the way. They also have New York to be able to get out of the way of Mojo. But we'll play Onslaught here, and then Blue Marvel on 5. And then we'll see whatever comes for turn 6. I don't know. It's tough. That's the dream roll. It's certainly the dream roll. With Patriot and Blue Marvel, those Doom bots are 8. It's so good. Yeah. The Doom bots are so good. Disgusting. So Blue Marvel comes down. I'm loving the Blue Marvel change to 5. At 6, I thought Blue Marvel was garbage. At 5, now we can talk. They had a free Infinite. They got Infinite for free off the raft. Feels kind of bad, guys. Feels bad, man. Now here's the thing. Can we still win? Even through the free... Well, now they just swing the 20 over to New York and screw us, right? I don't know. Something like Mojo, Rock, Storm to get a buff on Angela. Does this make sense? I mean, you could play the mind game with them, that expecting them to move Infinite to New York and then play Chavez to Crimson Cosmos. But I find that human players usually don't move to New York. I'm not going to snap because the mind game potential is so high. We're going to let this ride. Okay, so we trigger the Mojo. We win the raft. Now it's all a question of what's happening at New York. But I think Mojo pops off here. He gets a plus 12 because of the onslaught. That's a Doctor Doom. We expect people to have a Doctor Doom. We have to start expecting people to have Doctor Doom. I would have played in Crimson, so they can't rogue you.
Victory.
It's not a loss. 16-point Mojo, baby. That onslaught Mojo is nuts, especially with Blue Marvel tacking on 2. I love it. Let's see. Oh, we got another mission. I'll wait for a couple more. Well, let's see. What are we waiting for? A couple more completions? Sure. We were able to draw 25 cards. I love it. All right, more Ultron. I'm living for this. This is great. Thank you, Sick Monkey, for the suggestion. Adding some spice to the end of our stream. As I said, did not expect to be playing an Ultron deck, let alone having an Ultron deck win. We're still undefeated? Confirmation in chat, are we still undefeated? This is crazy. Especially because we're playing without Patriot. I feel like Patriot makes this deck way better. The beauty of this game is you really can't adjust. And the card in the deck make it work, so you change it up. FPS seems to be very low. I know, Juan, the new update, it's crazy. I'm running BlueStacks. I have the might of my laptop behind this. I'm giving BlueStacks maximum resources. I'm giving it all the resources it could possibly want, and it still seems chuggy. Now, in game, it seems smooth. Out of game, the optimization is terrible. Out of game menus seem to run at like 3 FPS. Undefeated and undisputed. Ultron deck, not using Ultron. That's why we're winning. You know, that's true. We have mostly not. We've only played Ultron once, and it's certainly helping us win. So we play Angela, right? And then we play Storm behind. Lock off a portion of the game world. Lock off a portion of the board. Get Ultron to come in behind. Maybe fuel a lot of energy onto the Sunspot to be able to counter, but if they're running Deathlock, they probably have Killmonger. And Killmonger is lights out for a big Sunspot. So we go Storm. Maybe that baits them into trying to play over here. We counter by playing back to Kiln, because we know that Ultron's going to give us some help. You've got the Demon, so you're not playing Killmonger. Now, are we going to be able to get enough power to win this? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Turn 4. We have the Blue Marvel. Oof. Is it Ant-Man over here, actually? I mean, that's a cheeky play. Getting the Ant-Man here because we'll fill it with the Ultron. But I think this is the way. I need a soundboard guy. I need a soundboard, guys. I need to get the soundboard for This Is the Way soundbite. I feel like that would fit. Let's see. Onslaught does his job. Did I try Nox emulator? For me, it works smoother than BlueStacks. I have not tried Nox. I have always been on BlueStacks. You know, up until now, it hasn't really given me any problems. It's the recent update, I feel like. And they're going to be bringing the designated PC client in. So, I don't know. I think I'm always going to be on BlueStacks here. It's just the way I'm feeling it. I would love to have cheated out Onslaught, but we have to play Blue Marvel and Ultron. That's our path forward. Did we snap? They're going to play Death. They're going to play Odin. This is good because we're getting extra energy on Sunspot. And then Carnage just eats them all. Maybe I should try Nox. The Odin on there.
Victory.
Yo. I've done it. I'm nothing against you, Nova. I've done it too. I feel you, man. I've definitely played Odin on a spot with like Viper, given them my Odin. I've played Odin on spot with Carnage, or Deathlock is even worse. He just kills everything. He doesn't even get bigger himself. It feels bad. Oh, we're so close to the end of the weekly challenge because now you win the week at only 25 missions. I mean, that's crazy that they're giving you full rewards for only 25 missions, right guys? That was a great change. You don't get to play Ultron, but you know you would. So yeah, that one counts as an Ultron win. That one counted as an Ultron win. He would have been played and he would have won the game. The opponent just retreated before it could actually happen. Before it could actually come to pass. Man, this opening chugs so hard. Necrosha, the new one. I suppose I play... Honestly, because we have a lot of little bodies, that's kind of how we're generally playing. I'm going to play Sunspot and then expect to play Storm there later to neutralize. That seems to be a solid combo out of this deck. What do I think is a good pool 1 and 2 deck to climb with? Let's see. The best pool 1 and pool 2 deck to climb with, I think... Before they changed Lady Sif, I was immediately going to say self-discard. I think it is still self-discard. I think that self-discard is quite good, quite efficient, and it supercharges very easily once you get to pool 3. So getting to play your Apocalypse, that genre of deck. The Apocalypse Swarm deck, I think, is very good. Movement has not been touched by all the balance changes, and a lot of the other pool 1, pool 2 carries have kept on getting nerfed. So, movement is actually looking pretty good. That's a good point, Austin. With the new Blue Marvel, playing a Zoo deck is probably a little better. Let's see, do we wave or do we storm? If I wave, I can play Blue Marvel, but then I don't get to storm, and I did want to storm. I don't know, I feel like wave Blue Marvel is pretty good here. But yeah, a Zoo deck with, you have Angela, you have Khazar, Blue Marvel, Onslaught. You probably also run Bishop, and then all 1 costs is going to be pretty solid. It's just very good tempo. If you like exercising your brain muscle, it's movement. I love movement decks. And because they kept on nerfing the other ones, as I said, movement is looking better and better for Pool 1, Pool 2 players. Though I wish that they gave them the Pool 1 and Pool 2 movement deck one more engine card. Either Dagger or Human Torch. Just one more and it would really sing. Then it would probably be definitely the best. No Bishop? Bishop gets too small? Really? I guess that's fair. If you're going to finish with the Onslaught, maybe no Bishop. Now we go Blue Marvel. And we drew the rock off the Korg, so that is disappointing. What are we going to be able to fit off of this? I don't know. The opponent didn't have any plays.
Victory.
Well, okay. Let's see. Do I have a video on one? Let's see. I do have a video on... Let's see, what would be the best recommendation? I'm pretty sure I have a good video on Apocalypse. I have some like really early Pool 1 collection with Odin, White Tiger, but that's like baby me before I have a great understanding of what's going on in the game. And then I got into Pool 3 pretty quick. Trying to remember back. I do have a video on just winning with like good stuff plus Heimdall. So if you go to my playlist, the Marvel Snap playlist, and then scroll back to the beginning, if you see something that tickles your fancy, it should still be pretty solid. The Ultron deck is still 100%. It's insane. Kazoo Strong Guy deck would work for me at Pool 1 to 2. Yep. But now, let's see. Does Kazoo... Can you still fit Lady Sif in the Kazoo deck to get Strong Guy to trigger? Maybe you just run enough one cost that Blade is enough. I play with Evil Soreb 3, so I'm a Wave 3 Professor X Spidey. Yeah, Spider-Man has now joined Cerebro 3s, which I think is really fun. We're gonna have to test that sometime too, guys. What's good? Asgard? I assume that the opponent is gonna rush into Asgard, especially with the bonus there. So we'll play Mojo, and we play Wave, then we play Onslaught to double up the Mojo, and I don't know. The opponent then probably doesn't fill up Asgard, but the threat is enough. The threat's important. Elektra kills the Sunspot. We're very sad. We will get the extra draw off of Asgard, though. Quite nice. And the Raft. Well. Do I play Wave here? Do I play it to the side? I think we still play Wave on Asgard. I want to be able to win Asgard to get the card draw. But now I'm trying to imagine where we're stacking our locations. Assuming that we're going to be able to then cheat out Onslaught, and then assign Blue Marvel, and then get Ultron. Where do we play Ultron? Do we play Ultron on left? I don't know, it was a little clumsily done. I probably should have played Wave on Raft or Lechigilia, but then we wouldn't have been able to win at Asgard to get the card draw. At least not as confidently. Let's do this. I suppose I could have still moved Onslaught to the side, but I'm still really banking on winning to get my card draw so that I have my Ultron. Ant-Man. Come on. Kazar, no! Where is he? Where's the big man? Where's the big metal man? I don't have him? There's 2 cards in deck. I only draw 1. There's a 50% chance. We might not even get him. This is nuts. Okay, Blue Marvel. This is terrible. We're playing way too hard at Asgard. Have nothing on the Raft. We got suckered in here just to empower the Ultron. Yeah, big Blue Marvel. Come on, come on. Oh, it was Chavez. It had to be Chavez. We're just an idiot. We don't even have any good plays. We have nothing. I mean, these get +2. Alright, Ultron deck. First loss because we didn't draw Ultron. Ultron was nowhere to be found. He didn't want to wake up today to defend his undefeated streak. The sad thing is we're actually only 2 points away. If we'd been able to play just a few more tempo 1-drops with Angela, we would have still won. That's crazy. That one, man. Yeah. All right, Ultron. This is to motivate you to actually show up in the next match. I'm gonna make you gold. Golden boy. I've gotten so many boosters of Ultron that he was purple, and I had never played him before today. That's how many boosters of Ultron I have pulled. It's crazy. 10 more. Quinjet. Collectors. Ah, Moon Girl boosters. We opened good packs earlier in this stream. We used up all our pack luck. All of it. All right. Well, we're not about to end on a loss, but we are about to end the stream. We've been going for close to 3 hours. That's about where I max out. But we need a glorious victory for Ultron before we depart. And I want to really actually see Ultron come in, spam the drones, and get a win that feels meaningful to what the core of the deck is supposed to be. Ooh, yep, Austin at 2861. That's great. We just crested 2500 here. So it feels like we're humming right along. We're nipping at your heels, Austin. You gotta stay running, otherwise we'll catch ya. Blue Marvel, Ultron in hand. This is what we always wanted to see. Ant-Man is also great. Savage Land. Well, interesting. So I got drones for free is effectively what that's telling me. I suppose I play Angela. And at this point, if I got 2 drones, the Raptors for free, do we need Ultron? Yet again, are we going to just not play Ultron? Mojo World is amazing for us. I think that we do Wave to be able to cheat Blue Marvel. This makes sense. But then do we play Blue Marvel on the raft to get the free 6-drop? Is that worth it? I mean, it does seem pretty good. And even, like, it lets the opponent know what they need to play to beat us. But we do have Sunspot to counter their Sunspot. And we have Ultron as, like, a really cheap way to be able to fill up Mojo World. Okay, I think this is an option. A Heimdall. Well, a free 8-point swing is quite good. So we will revel in that. Doctor Doom. Every time we play Wave, they play Doctor Doom. It's clockwork. He's like the best. Is he the best card right now? People think that with the nerf to Mr. Negative, Doctor Doom is the best card in the game. It might be true. That's the crazy thing, is it might be true. I have no good 5-drops or 5 energy plays. So we'll just put the energy onto Sunspot rather than playing Storm. And then we play Ultron as our final play. Seems okay to me. I mean, Lockjaw can kind of make anything happen. They retreat. They were pressed away. Oh, Heimdall would have shuffled. Heimdall would have been okay. We would have played Heimdall to move the Ant-Man over, and then we would have played Ultron to fill this location, score the Ant-Man, and still get the max out of Mojo World. And then because we were getting the extra energy on the Sunspot, I think we were winning Raft anyway. I don't know. It was like choosing between good paths, right, Austin? So I don't know. We didn't finish it. One more game. This is the last one. Win or lose. Final game of the stream. We had a great stream. We opened up testing out Ronan, which went okay. We had some really big Ronan plays. Then we switched gears. We were able to play around with our Hazmat deck with the update to how Odin triggers on Wong and does insane stuff over there. And now we have a successful Ultron deck, which is amazing. Yeah, I still have not played Ultron. When new collection case? What do you mean, Austin? Didn't we play Ultron on one game? Like the first game we played Ultron? We've been playing him for what, half an hour? It's getting kind of insane, but Death's Domain here is so good for us. Ultron wins Death's Domain, guaranteed. And then as long as we can figure out how to win one of these other spots, we're a shoo-in. So when would you loot your next booster box? When am I going to be able to open my next boosters? Well, we pretty much spent everything right now, so it's going to be a little while before we probably get another card, because we just opened Crystal this today. And I don't know when we're going to be able to crack our next one. Okay, so we're waiting for Lemuria to be able to flip and kiln. Well, we got the Onslaught. Do we have a way to cheat Onslaught? We don't yet. And it only matters if we had another card set up for Onslaught to be able to double. Do I want to play Storm? It's an interesting question. I mean, there's nothing stopping us. We could also just play Ant-Man because it's going to lock down anyway, and Ant-Man is technically bigger. Next turn we play Khazar though, and Khazar will be able to buff the Ant-Man. Is it all true? Okay. Even though we don't have Sunspot, I'm going to play the Ant-Man. With Death's Domain, we're pretty hemmed off in terms of board space. So I think this is a solid way to go. And there's the Wave. Wave, you were too late. Yeah, Wave was one turn too late. Because if I play Wave now, then I don't have time to get both Onslaught and Khazar together, which you have to have something to double. Though actually, we would be able to double the Mojo. Ooh. Is that better than Khazar? Assuming that the drones win Death's Domain no matter what the opponent does. Being able to double Mojo to plus 12. Is that better? That's interesting. I think we'll actually do it like this. I would get mine after hour and a half. When it resets. Mine resets at like 10 p.m. for me, so I have another 10 hours before I get a refresh on the day. Okay, so it's Onslaught to double up the Mojo, and then it's Ultron for the win, and that could be the ending of the stream. Is the true Ultron hitting the board winning the game? Sick Monkey is salivating, just waiting for it. It's been waiting for so long. No, Captain Marvel, we were betrayed. Why didn't we play Khazar? But we have to play it this way. But then Captain Marvel just moves to the side, wins over there. They win Kiln because we're only getting 7 points. Yeah. We got greedy, guys. I was like, there's no way that a Quinjet Moon Girl deck can influence Death's Domain. And then the opponent drops Captain Marvel on our face. Have Wave, your whole game plan is different from mine. Yeah. Yeah, we ended up taking it a different track, and we'll bite the loss here. It feels so bad. I was like, this is the big brain play. Onslaught wins it, but no. It would have been... Ooh. Well, there's a spicy one. Enchantress coming through anyway. Okay. Well, hats off to the opponent. Now, they truly beat us. It wasn't a fault of our own. Enchantress would have shut us up either way. Even got the Nova to be able to blow up on Death's Domain and get the mass buff. Well played. Bang, 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 bang. Captain Marvel. Higher, farther, faster, baby.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
All right. There we go. that's going to be the stream, guys. I said it was the last, but I got to say through to it. I would love to run even more, but I've got to stop myself at some point, and we've got other projects to do over here at the studio. So thank you guys for coming into the stream. Leaving a like here helps promote the stream even after it's down as a video. Subscribing to the channel lets you know when we go live next time to be able to hang out with us. We have so many other decks that we would love to test. Absolutely love getting the ideas from you guys, and it was a great run. We had a good run. Ultron almost undefeated. We'll be making a video on him for sure, even without the Patriot, probably even without the Patriot. So thank you guys again for coming out to hang out. Love hanging out with you guys. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Have